Hello everyone, it is the Italian Grand Prix. We are here in the Temple of Speed. It is the Italian Grand Prix, which I've said twice. So nice, I've said it twice. We are here for, well, Monza Park, isn't it, for the Italian Grand Prix. This is a quick one, this one is, so I've got to say, I hope you're all fastened into your seats or couches or whatever you're sat on, like I am sat on a very broken bed at the moment, so I've got to make sure I do not fidget, otherwise I'm going through it. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome to ALR, welcome to Silver, welcome to round 15, welcome to Season 3, welcome to the Italian Grand Prix. Of course, this is going to be action-packed, and thank you for our new subscribers as well. Very much appreciated then, and we'll go through the drivers and the constructors in a minute, but before we do so, let's take a look at the track layout, shall we? This time last season, it was German who absolutely dominated this race last year, didn't he? Pole position, fast up, and the race win. He had the hat trick, didn't he? He was magnificent, wasn't he? And of course, we have 11 turns around here. It looks like a very simple track. It's a 5.7 kilometers, or if you want to get European about this, it's a 3.599 miles. And that record is significantly quicker than our lap record in ALR Silver. I'm sure we've had two rain-affected races around here in the past 2 seasons in Silver, so we might be getting it's going to be third time's a charm then. Currently, all-time lap record around here is actually by German, 118 at 5.72. The fastest race record is actually a 27.502, which is almost, hang on, let me get my calculator out. It's 9 seconds off the pace set of a German, and of course, so yes, that tells me then that we've had rain-affected race set. The first season here was absolutely magnificent, wasn't it? Because it was a wet, dry track, wasn't it? Where it was too wet, I think it was too dry for the intermediate tires and too wet for the slick tires. It was a really odd race. I absolutely love that race. It lives long in the memory for me, and I hope you I hope you enjoy it as well. Of course, you can go back and watch it on the ALR YouTube channel anytime you like. And that's the beauty about YouTube, isn't it? As long as you don't get deleted or anything like that, then, which would be an absolute travesty, wouldn't it? All right, let's take a look at the first chicane now. Of course, that was modified back in 2001, wasn't it? Before that, they had a double chicane, didn't they? We had a big old smash down there in 97 between Ralph Schumacher and Johnny Herbert. That was a frightening one, wasn't it? Also in 99 as well. Hang on, I've got to adjust my headpiece. Also in 99 there, Mika Häkkinen there, when he was leading the Grand Prix quite comfortably there, spun out of the race there. He locked his rear tires, didn't he? And he just went to the gravel there, and he didn't try and get out there, did he? He lost his head there. And of course, so we've seen that infamous shot where he was very upset in the trees as well. Untitled Chapter went on to win that Grand Prix, and I think that was his last ever win in Formula 1, which is such a shame for Frentzen. I quite liked Frentzen there. Well, I didn't like him when he stole Damon Hill's seat in Williams there. I was not a big fan of him back then, but when he went to Jordan, I thought he was quite a good driver, really. Unfortunately, that didn't end too well for the Frenzen's career, did he? Unfortunately, got booted out very much unceremoniously, didn't he? Ricardo Zonta was in place of him in the German Grand, wasn't it, his home Grand Prix where he got kicked out. It wasn't great, was it, from Frenzen's point of view? But there we go. Anyway, that's a brief lesson. I don't know what I'm talking about Frentzen. I should be talking about something a bit more relevant, maybe pasta or something like that, or spaghetti. Of course, Italy is a very famous country when it comes to food, wine, and all that kind of jazz. I'd like to hear some of your favourite pasta dishes. I don't really, actually, that's not a good idea, because I can't even say English words, or English words, let alone Italian words. That is, yeah, I do struggle, but I do like spaghetti and pasta bow ties as well. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I do like the twirls. That's lovely as well. Then, right, so I need to go for the championship, because this is not going well at all. Is that I'm 20 seconds into this stream and I've completely got sidetracked. Right, in the driver standings, Troy and Gamer have had a bit of a wobble in the last couple of weeks, haven't they? But Troy still leads the World Championship, 64 points in front of Gamer in second position at the moment. Third position is Nigel. That was his first Grand Prix win in over 3 seasons in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed. I should say 2 seasons in ALR. And then Nigel's now into the top 3 as well. New Potato very close behind him now in the battle for the final promotion spot. Is really heating up, isn't it? Serious Russian 23 points further back in the Williams. As yellow flag as Murphy out of qualifying, unfortunately. Jake Wilson in 6th position there. We got BP in 7th as well in the racing point. Welsh Marnado has unfortunately been in free fall, as has Curly in 8th and 9th position there. there. Gordo in the top 10 on a very solid season. TK is in 11th position. Farf is had the best, second best in terms of form in the current moment. And I think him and Nigel right up there in terms of the form they're on at the moment. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there from both those two drivers. And so and Farfair is now up to 12th position now, 5 points away, or 4 points away, I should say, from getting into the top 10. So good hustle there from Farf. FIFA Beefy dropping down to 13th position. Steve in a 14th position. 15th is a Bradfield with Baz in 16th. Young Tommy has got out of the relegation zone for the first time this season. He is 21 points in away from Baz, and in the relegation zone is Jake the Slayer, 2 points away from Tommy. Then Ayrton's 2 points away from Slayer, and Billet unfortunately has dropped right to the bottom of the championship. We got Haas who's currently leading the away then, which is Gordo. In the constructors it is Renault also leading just like they are in gold, then 58 points in front of Mercedes in second. Ferrari in third position, 63 points behind Mercedes, 121 points behind the Renault team. Alfa Romeo in fourth position, 12 points behind their fellow Italian team. Fifth position is the Williams. They have got in front of Red Bull. They've also been free falling as well. That's my favourite sentence tonight, isn't it? Red Bull in sixth position there. Racing Point, 4 points behind the Red Bull team in seventh. Remember, they were absolutely stone bottom, weren't they, after the first 8-9 races this season? Nice helmet from Gordo. Then 8th is the McLaren team. 9th is the Haas team, as we're watching Gordo now. And AlphaTauri in 10th position here. Cut adrift, unfortunately, at this moment in time. Let me go through the comments, shall we? So Gordo is going to be the first driver then to put a time up, as far as I can see. Formula Moments in first. Gordo second. Gamer's not first, saying hello Gordo. Great memories here, should be a good one. Ayrton, hello, good evening Ayrton. And last to join the lobby first in the chat then. Broke Grilla, evening short, a big hello from me and Tess. Hello Todd, hello Tess. I hope you're having a lovely sunny day. Anyone wondering, I think it will be fun then. New spin first corner in the rain. Oh, I laugh then. So, oh goodness me then, is getting the banter out straight from the get-go as well. As we're coming down the back straight as well as, oh goodness me, we've got a wet end to qualifying then. We have had a rain affected race in every single race in silver thus far, and that is the comments there from Gordo, from Gamer, and from Wilson, and from Paula as well. Incredible stuff. But Nigel, we're back then as well as Jamie right then. Yo, my name is Joe. Hello Joe. Good stuff indeed then, as Gordo has set the second fastest time then, as he does his best impression of a skittle ball striking through the polystyrene. TK is the fastest so far, and he has set a very good time, hasn't he? Just take a look to see as we got a AlphaTauri coming out of the final parabolica. It is Ayrton then, and let's see what he can do then. Ayrton goes across the line. He is the slowest of the time runners thus far. What about Serious Mushroom then? He is now starting his lap then. Just goodness me, I can hardly keep up with these guys, not alone on the track, but also is that Washman does invalidate her time, unfortunately. She's going to have to go again then. Gordo is, we've got McLaren off the track there, and that's oh goodness me, Curly there, who is not feeling too confident when he was talking in the driver chat earlier. But is that Curly playing mind games, or is the McLaren there just not performing like he wanted to then? On board FIFA, goodness me, his session could have been over in a twinkling of an eye there, but FIFA luckily kept the car under control, under his spell, and he is okay then. And just watching Serious Mushroom, and let me continue on with the comments, shall we? Good evening from Serious Mushroom there, a break a leg or wing then. Vintage evening, boys and girls. Hello, Vintage, DJ Twitch. All right, Sean, good luck, everyone, with the lovely peace sign then. Emerson, good luck, Silver. Wet end to quali? No, it's a wet end to the race at noon then, so keep an eye on that one. Serious Mushroom then is now coming into the Ascari chicane as well. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of drivers having issues there, didn't we? We've seen Dynamo Dan having issues there in qualifying one at this time last night as well, so hopefully that's not going to be the case here tonight. Also, the most probably the most best driver to never win a world championship, I say that tongue in cheek, David Coulthard, unfortunately had a very sticky end to his formation lap in 1995, didn't he? As he spun off the road there. He is in good company though, of course, because Alan Prost did something similar in the Italian Grand Prix, or be it in the San Marino Grand Prix in, was it 1991 or something like that? I think so, wasn't it? Or 1990 when he was driving the Ferrari, but it was a lot wetter then. I think the Coulthard had a bearing failure, didn't he, on this second restart as well. Lucky, yeah, because we had an almighty shunt now, didn't we, out the Ascari chicane with Andrea Montermini, or I like to call him Montermini, because that's what Murray Walker called him, and that's what I'm going to call him as well. I think it was Jonathan Parma that called him Montermini, so it's Montermini to me. FIFA is out an hour by the cherry as well. We've got Troy, the championship leader, also out on circuit as well. As we've got Billet saying hello, hi everyone, good luck and have fun, and hello in the old comment section as well. Good stuff indeed. That as we flick it in to the parabolic as well, there's not any gravel on the outside. Well, there is a bit of gravel, but not too much these days, is it? Which I think is an absolute travesty, isn't it? As FIFA comes across the line, he is third fast moment. He's one of the most unluckiest drivers to me in the in all of Formula One. Look at that helmet. That is absolutely sensational. I love that helmet there. I gotta say, that's a beautiful bit of blue and yellow there. Oh, lovely stuff there from Troy. Oh my goodness me. I think I'm getting too excited about his helmet there. I need to calm myself. Troy then coming out of, oh my word, then the championship leader. He just needs to get through qualifying one then. And you would expect to see Troy through qualifying one or clear the bar quite early. However, remember, this is not a... in terms of this formula, it's the exact cars. It's the cars in terms of performance are exactly the same in it. So you would expect Troy to clear the bar quite nicely. He has indeed cleared the bar. Very nicely done indeed. So Troy is currently full fastest one, but it's TK who's currently the fastest one. We've got Welsh Maldonado coming over the start-finish line as well. I wonder if we're going to see any slipstreaming here tonight. Because talking of which, then we got Maldonado just behind our teammate then, accelerating out as well as... excuse me, I've got to turn my notifications down there, don't I? Oh, goodness me, that's very unprofessional of me, isn't it? Hopefully we'll see Sam and Gunnar in the chat in a minute, but happy birthday to those two long-standing drivers there. Gunnar made his debut back in season 1, didn't he, of ALR in Bahrain. So he is a very long-term driver, albeit he's been in and out the server more times than a jack-in-the-box, really, hasn't he? But of course, Gunnar does like to throw caution to the wind of the rules, does he, every now and again? But of course, it's great to have Gunnar part of the ALR family. And of course, we love him and he loves us. Well, I hope so anyway. But yeah, good stuff indeed there for Gunnar. Happy birthday to Gunnar. Hope you're having a great day. And also, let's Welsh Reminder coming over the Scottish Cane. And also, happy birthday to Sam as well, who has also been in ALR. Again, he's been in now of ALR over the numerous seasons only, but he's back in again in the bronze category this season. Of course, he made his debut back in Monaco season 2, I think, of the Mercedes. So, yep, Sam, another long-term driver. Happy birthday to Sam as well. Maldonado is 4/10 of a second away from her teammate at the moment. A good start then. Bradfield invalidated this time, then Curly Red going for a second by the Chargers. We just had someone go completely straight on in turn 1 then. Just watching Bullet come through. Kerber Grande now then. Young Tommy in the comments. Good evening, Tommy. Hope you're having a great day. As I know, just on board then. As Gio said, that Gordo is second then, and Gordo said it is only Q1 now, but so don't get too excited. I missed the apex of turn 1 then. Wilson as left and joined back in the session there, so good stuff indeed that Bullet there come through the second Lesmo as well. Now going down under the old banking here in the Italian Grand Prix. And I think that I read a stat out a season or two ago about ones about the Italian Grand Prix has been on every single F1 calendar apart from 1951, if I'm not very much mistaken. So that's an absolutely fantastic stat, isn't it? Whether that's right or not, I do not know. I might have just picked that one out of thin air, really, and absolutely completing absolute rubbish there. Billet there out of the final turn then. I think the Billets had a tough season, but I think the highest point of his season was definitely the Monaco Grand Prix, where he finished a very impressive 6th position, didn't he? Great stuff indeed there. We've got Curly, who's gone at 6th fastest in the McLaren. Good start to for Curly. We're just taking a look then. Wilson's now just back in the session now. Farf is starting his lap as well. Just taking a look, see who else there. Young Tommy is just starting his lap as well. He's out of the relegation zone. Let's see where Tommy can go from there for the remainder of the race. And FIFA evening, boys and girls. Good evening, FIFA. Of course, FIFA is flying the flag for the Ferrari team tonight there. And the Tifosi are expecting. What are they expecting? Well, they're expecting a Grand Prix win there. Now, FIFA probably could have and should have had a Grand Prix win already to his name. In my humble opinion there. He was probably robbed in China. And there was another race as well that comes to mind as well. Was it the Hungarian Grand Prix, where he was also looking fab again? Baz is looking back on form, isn't he? I think that Baz has really struggled in the last few races, hasn't he? So it'd be good to see Baz back in the back at the sharp end of the field as well. So as he's been really struggling as of late. Baz has. I think that let's take. Am I just making that up? I don't think I am. He hasn't scored since the Canadian Grand Prix. BP going full fastest in the racing point. Good strong stuff indeed there from from BP. Gamer climbing all over the curbs, and Nigel is just in front of Gamer as well. Jake the Slayer starting to stop them. Farf coming into the parabolica. Young Tommy is just behind Farf as well. Let's see what Farf can do. He is the man on form. Farf is, albeit he loved to point out the Twitter mistake. Then luckily, whoever the social media person is should be fired, shouldn't they? Really, young Tommy, my goodness me, he has just sprung right up into second position in the Williams. Good some indeed for young Tommy, and Williams team are looking. Oh, that's Gamer right off the circuit. He is in the wall. Oh my gosh, there, and he's almost going over the tyre barrier there. And luckily though, he's still on the he's still, the car is in one piece still, just about, I would say anyway. So he's going to have to come back into the pits then, isn't he? Oh dear. So he's got no damage. My goodness me. Wow. Wow, look at that. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? That mistake. Look at this. So he's got his teammate right behind him with Jake Slayer. I don't think Slayer's going to be too impressed with that. He probably had to slow down for his teammate there. But Gamer is in the pits. I think he should have damage there, but Gamer doesn't. My goodness me. That car is strong as an ox there. He comes into the pits now. Wilson is still currently not come out yet. Ayrton and Billet are the slowest of the time runners thus far. And as Serious Mushroom is backed off as well. Gamer's back into the pits, and Slayer has just gone 7 fast. And there's a bit more time, I think, in the piggy bank as well for Slayer, because he must have got distracted with his teammate recovering back to the pits. And ex-Gamer who started off the season so well. But that's the beauty about Silver, isn't it? Because remember last season Murphy started off so well, didn't he? And then the tide turned when Pillars came into it, and then of course the tide turned again with Gurman's fantastic mid-season. Mid-season, with mid-season form, fantastic stuff indeed. That of course, towards the end of last season, we had I think we had 5 different winners, didn't we? Towards the end of last season, of course, we had Serious Mushroom won the Japanese Grand Prix, 6 different winners, as I say. Liam won the Russian Grand Prix. Then Serious Mushroom, New Potato, Gurman, Gamer, and Itchy. It was an incredibly competitive end to the season last season, wasn't it? Very good stuff indeed. That Nigel has got the. And just taking a look then, Gordo said that me and Nigel have got exactly the same time. Said hardest track of the season to hook a lap. But this is from Curly Red as well. Yes, indeed, because the track layout and the difficulty apparently is easy. I put that in air quotes. I know you can't see me because I don't know why I did that, but it makes me I just don't know. I just feel I get my point across. But yeah, it's not easy at all. It is easy if you go around here slow, and I don't think any drivers go around slow indeed. And I would love to have a 20.8 on my resume around here, but I gotta say, I'd only get that if I cut a couple of the chicanes then. So none of the drivers are going around here very slow whatsoever, are they? Here comes Maldonado with 3 3/4 minutes to go in the session. She needs to hook up a lap then, or she'll be out of qualifying in the not too distant future. But she's hugging the pit lane. She's in the pits then, and locking up the tyres there as well. Billatu is currently in the drop zone as well. Serious Mushroom is on the cusp as well then. So Serious Mushroom, he's a second in front of Billet, and a second and 2/10 in front of Ayrton. But they need to hook up laps and are out of qualifying. And Serious Mushroom is going to be very concerned there because Game hasn't set a time just yet either. Goodness me, let me keep up with the comments then. Camera Racer, good evening. Nice evening, Sean then. Good luck, Silver. And Serious for the win then. Good stuff indeed then. Right, this is good. Me and Nigel have the same time. We're exactly 4/10 off TK. Great stuff indeed then. As young Tommy is beating his time trial there. That's very fantastic stuff indeed then. Gordo has asked, professional opinions, am I safe? Do not ask me because there's nothing professional about me. We have got... for some reason I've got that Eminem song stuck in my head now. It feels so empty without me. Troy Asam's just started a lap as well. He is in 9th position above there, so Troy is not feeling too comfortable out there, is he? Serious Mushroom's also back out on circuit as well. But let's go on board with the former championship leader, the man who is second in the world championship at the moment, and he has 4 Grand Prix wins. And Gamer does, he comes down into turn 1 then. And Sam saying good luck, and I'll be on the watch out for this as much as I can. And of course, Sam's birthday today. Happy birthday, Sam! For the moment, Game was scared at me. I wonder if he would get out of the way. Luckily, he did then. But I do, and of course, Slayer. I do think that Slayer would have lost a lot of time then, because surely he would have been very hesitant on that brake on that pedal there, wouldn't he? Going into the parabolica. And Sam also he always beats his TT time in qualifying. Young Tommy not used to it, to be honest. on this end, and we've also got a silent shifting hello all with a beautiful ball of fire next to that. Brilliant stuff indeed. Wilson's out on track as well. Then both Red Bulls need to kind of pull up their socks, don't they? Really, if they want to stop that free fall in the constructors. Then Gamer looking a bit hilarious, isn't he? Of course, I think that they might. I wonder if so. Look at these cars. I gotta say, got to have a traffic jam. I mean, remember the 2019 qualifying around here? It was I gotta say, it was a bit of a mess, really, wasn't it? We're going to get that here tonight. Then, personally, I do enjoy it when stuff like that happens. Yep, bring it on. I say, Gamer goes 15th fastest. That is not really comfortable, is it? He has displaced Serious Russia, who I think will be quicker. So Gamer, I wonder if he's got more time in. I think he might have more fuel in that car. Well, he's going to be sweating bullets, isn't he? Bradfield has started. Curly has started as well. Then there's a lot of cars out on circuit. We've got Gamer's invalidated his time with less than a minute to go. He's going to have to really get skates on. But I think the Gamer is going to be a huge casualty in this first qualifying session here tonight. Oh, goodness gracious me, then. This is not good at all. William, hello. Good evening, William. Welcome to the ALR stream. Troy is he's retired from the session now, but he should be safe. Oh, Bullet's in trouble. He is out of qualifying, and that is not good then for Bullet, is it? We've got Serious Mushroom. He's 6 fast. That's a better time there from Serious Mushroom. Merton starts us out there. Gamer, I think he might be out qualified. This is going to be huge. This is huge. There is the man who's second in the World Championship. It is going wrong there. He's got 15 seconds to sort himself out. Am I out of sync? Probably. But we'll find out then. So just on board now as he is coming through the Parabolica. I might be 15 seconds in front, so let's see what happens. And young Tommy, come on, Mushroom, we need you in the top 10. Currently, Serious Mushroom did get a better time in, and Gamer has not made it. He is out of qualifying, and he is also in the wall as well. And we got currently going up into 10th position. Bradfield is up in the 13th position there. Baz is coming into the final. No, that's Gamer. Baz coming into the final part of the course as well. Welsh Mardonada then, she is on the cusp as well, out of the Parabolica. What could she do in the Renault? And she improves by 2/10 a second. Baz is a bail to come into the pits. And Gamer still parked. Ayrton's out qualified as well. Oh, goodness me. And Ayrton there improved by a second. And that would have been enough to get through. And Wilson's also out as well. And he's in the pits. And huge names out of qualifying. Red Bull are on the back row of the grid here in Italy. They have never had a very good run around here, have they, over the years? And unfortunately, here in Silver tonight, they're on the back row of the grid, along with Murphy. Ayrton is 18th, then Billet is 17th, and Gamer is 16th and out of qualifying, and that is a very depressing sight for Gamer and all his fans here, isn't it? He is out of qualifying, and that is a major blow indeed, isn't it, to the championship, to one of the championship contenders. Troy only down in 12th position, and that's what I love about Silver, isn't it? We seem to get a very different grid, a very different lineup every week, don't we, in terms of who's where. TK in the last couple of races really pulled up his socks, hasn't he? He's had a pole position, remember, in the Monaco Grand Prix, and now he's literally back on it again. He's only 11th in the World Championship. And there's Gamer then. And wow, I was not expecting to be saying that in qualifying one. Gamer out of qualifying, as a Gamer has used a acronym now, which I'm not going to repeat, but he's a very disappointed driver indeed, isn't he? We've got young Tommy. Let's go then with a lovely arm there and a fire. Dylan has entered the chat then. I've just entered the chat and Gamer crashed. Even everyone as well from Dylan as well. Serious Mushroom. Tommy blocked me at the garage. I see. That's how it's going to be. Oh, we got a bit of needle between the two Williams drivers last week. Ooh, interesting stuff. Right, out of qualifying then, both Red Bulls haven't set a time. They're 19th and 20th. They're dropping down in the constructors, aren't they? That's not good. Ayrton in 18th. He needs to get some points on the board. He's in the relegation zone. So does Billet as well. And Gamer, he's got a 64-point deficit between himself and Troy in the championship. With this is the last European round as well of the championship. As we've now got 7 rounds after this one, if I'm not very much mistaken. I really need to learn to count, don't I, really? That is a shame, isn't it? We have got as we got Gordo saying the fact Gamer is out on a 19.6 there is ridiculous. It is, isn't it? It's a Gamer that's a bit of a horror show, isn't it, for Gamer? What a shame indeed, and this is a shame now from Gamer. He's going to be absolutely disappointed as Tommy and Tommy Serious Mushroom has a good old rivalry, but looks on there. I hope it doesn't turn into a Rosberg and Hamilton rivalry in the Williams garage. It's going to get very unfriendly there, isn't it? And we've got Meaty. I predict LeBron to get in at P1 then. Oh, lovely stuff indeed then. I think he might score some hoops then, but I'm not sure if he'll get pole then. But I do not know, as we've already heard then, I have no earthly idea what goes on in this most of the time then. We got Serious Russian saying, Serious Russian Young told me having a good old discussion as well. Come on, Gamer, you can pull it back in the race, mate. That good friendly team love there. Of course, remember that we do have the joint construction as well, and that was the brainchild of Dan Murphy with 4 leagues as well now. I got to say, it is going to get... positions can change all the time, and we was looking at the joint constructors the other day. Actually, it's so incredibly close, isn't it? Of course, we'd keep an eye out for the joint constructors. Then that's usually in the drivers' Discord. Then, but if you do want to see the joint constructors, I'll go through them in just a little while. Then we got a minute and 10 seconds into the qualifying 2. Then now this second part of qualifying is about getting through into the top 10 shootout. Then when 10 drivers are going to go for pole position. Then for the Italian Grand Prix, it's a long drag down into turn 1. We are expecting rain at the end of the race then. It's going to be very interesting indeed to see what tires the drivers are going to go on then. If it's raining in the race then, I'm wondering if some drivers are going to throw on the medium tires then. We have some drivers on the medium tires already, but remember the second runs, a lot of drivers went to the softs last night, didn't they? So I think that so we'll see how this plays out then. TK going across the line as well. Then DRS is right on the very much right on the marker there. Look when he breaks that. Oh my word, then that is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Just before the 50-meter board, he breaks out from 211 miles an hour. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Now coming through Curva Grande as well then. And now coming up into the second chicane as well. 25.9 then the first split time as well. Looking at very neat and tight as well. Almost onto the gravel there. His outside wheel there, very basically kissing the gravel through the first Lesmo. Of course, it is hidden by the shade of the trees, is the second Lesmo. Lovely camber there, is it? It gives you a good old sweet spot, isn't it? And now coming under the old bank, and then there it is. And now he rides back up into the Ascari chicane as well. He's gone purple in the second sector of 52.3, and this Ascari chicane as well has caught out a lot of drivers over the years then. And now accelerates away. Max Papis, I think, also had an issue there with Montermimi as well in 95. And now down into the Parabolica. Let's see what TK can do then. And hopefully Farf has spelled his name right as well in the standings, because that was a Paul in last week, wasn't it? Absolutely bad form there from Paul. And TK comes out of the final third. He is on the soft tires. He's done an 18.9 there. Great way to start his lap off. And Gordo is second there. He's done a 19.9 then. We got Ferrari coming through. FIFA is done a 22.3 now. I think the FIFA has backed off slightly. And New Potato does like to play games in the first couple of laps, doesn't he? And he's done a 20, and he backed off quite heavily there. So keep an eye out for FIFA. Keep an eye out for New Potato, because that was quite a mighty time by the looks of things. BP there. Love the new helmet design there from BP, a bit of the black and red there, absolutely love that. We got, and I think he is the closest to the end of the lap then as well, before racing back up and going into the Ascari chicane as well. There's a car in front of us, that is Farf then, and I think he might be able to get a beautiful bit of slipstream as well. Indeed it is, and I don't think Farf, he's invalidated his time then, so that's why Farf is not really maxing out down the straight. That's why and look at this, that is BP going into the Parabolica as well, before accelerating out then. And let's see, his yellow flag then in the Ascari chicane. I think it's when the Haas car just get out of the way. Farfair abandons his time there, comes back into the pits, and BP is the fastest on the medium running tyres. That's so far. What about Bradfield? And Bradfield is coming into Curva Grande as well, but he is backed off already. He hasn't invalidated his time because the track map on the right hand side is not red, is it? So that is that's why. So I'm wondering why he's backed off. Then Bradfield, I said he's not really going too quickly around here, is he? Into the pits, here goes FIFA B. Let's watch Maldonado. Unfortunately, Maldonado's had a couple of issues in qualifying as of late, hasn't it? And then she's been involved in some shenanigans in the midfield. Then, so hopefully she can clear the bar in Q2 and get into Q3 then. And she has put a lot of of pressure on the south end, and she's had some issues on the first runs and in Q2. Let's see how this one progresses here tonight then. Got Science Shifting saying tomorrow's my first proper race back at ALR. Hopefully it goes well. Of course, tomorrow night is Bronze's turn as well. 7:30 UK time then. That's the at the moment ALR is racing 4 days a week. My word then. I'm seeing incredible stuff, isn't it? We're basically we're on all week almost, haven't we? Well, definitely over half the week. Bronze then 7:30 UK time. And that she's well off there. And she oh my goodness, she hit that barrier square on. And I think because she hit the barrier square on, she hasn't damaged the car. Renault are going to be very happy with that. But unfortunately, that is her lap ruined there. And is she going to go for one more run, or is she coming back in the pits then with 9 minutes to go? It's quite a quick lap around here, isn't it? We're in the 118s then, so it is a very quick lap, but she has abandoned the time and come back into the pits then. So Welsh Marnado unfortunately having to abandon her time now. Troy is just trying to warm up those tyres down the back straight, isn't he? Because, I mean, that's a lot of weaver then, isn't it? Back on board with Troy with his lovely new helmet. Oh, you love that. That's fantastic, isn't it? Gordon saying his time wasn't great. I had too much I have too much downforce on the car. Young Tommy aiming for good points tonight. Hopefully both in the points like in Spa as well. Williams had a great race in Spa last week, didn't they? Fantastic stuff from both young Tommy and Sirius Russian. Sirius Russian getting a podium and with young Tommy getting fourth. Third and a fourth out for the Williams team last time out. A very impressive performance indeed was there. As Dylan saying, oh, Becca then. As Bailey has asked, is damage on then? Yeah, because that is two big shunts now, isn't it? Where we've had Becca having come into grief then with the wall, and we've also had Gamer, who also crashed into the barrier as well, didn't he? But I've got to say, Gamer's car is indestructible. Well, was indestructible until the issue. Oh my goodness me! Troy has been launched there off the curb there. Oh my word there! I gotta say, he was right in the air there, and Troy's lap is being completely ruined there. Of course, when you're in the air, the brakes don't work there, the accelerator don't work. You're going to lose time, and he was launched into the barrier. And again there, I gotta say, these cars are very strong here tonight, aren't they? My word there. But that is definitely woke Troy up. But unfortunately, that's a time ruined as well. He was right up in the air, wasn't he? As Gordas forgot to lower his wings then, so he's going to be very much on the back foot, isn't he? As Curry said, another car surviving. Troy can fly then. Renault knows how to keep out of the barrier, and Troy trying to take off as well. Oh, and Serious Mushroom is in the wall. He is out of qualifying, just as I was saying how well Williams was doing last week. And Serious Mushroom is in some serious accident, and he is out of qualifying. He has ripped off the front right part of the car in the Williams there. And Serious Mushroom, what a shame there. He is out of qualifying. And that is such a shame. The man who is starting his 57th Grand Prix start for silver here tonight. And that is not a way to celebrate it, is it? Unfortunately for Serious Mushroom. His teammate then is on board with him now. Then that is... it's huge indeed then. Curly has just confirmed that damage is on then, so we've just seen two huge smashes as well. As Gordon was saying, I can confirm damage is on then. Yes indeed it is, and unfortunately that's Serious Mushroom, and that's a big name out of qualifying then. So who is going to be happy with that then? We're going to see a driver then that might be on the outskirts of qualifying free looking in then. Perhaps they might be able to get through now. Serious Mushroom was a contender for going through the qualifying free, and young Tommy is invalidated his time. Serious Mushroom has confirmed he is okay, but young Tommy is not though. He's invalidated his time, and he's going to go around for another body. So is Nigel. Goodness me, Nigel's also invalidated as well. And Welsh Maldonado has pressure starting to mount on these drivers that are invalidating their times. This is not good at all. What about FIFA Beefy? FIFA Beefy is in the second part of the lap, so I'm going to keep an eye on Baz then, who looks to be much more on it now, going in this qualifying session then, as we're going up into the Ascari chicane as well. Look at the understeer on that AlphaTauri. Goodness me, that car is not looking sharp at the front end there at all. But Baz running it slightly out wide then, and going down the back straight. Gamer saying then he's not the only one. He thinks he's not the only one. We're having a few problems out there. The camera race saying, oh no, Serious Mushroom, it is brutal out there at the moment. Now we've seen a lot of drivers having issues. Baz there, very much on the edge of the limits of the circuit. Good stuff there. Baz goes full fastest there, underlining that he has got some potential here tonight in the AlphaTauri. And the AlphaTauri do need some good points, don't they? Young Tommy's going for a second bite of the chair as well. Farf is out on circuit. We got FIFA Beefy, who is coming out of the final turn, a second and a half up. He improves to full fastest there. Good stuff indeed there. We've got an AlphaTauri in the background, and that is a new Patel then going for a second time lap here. We're going to keep an eye on new Patel. We're also just having a look at what young Tommy could do. FIFA there just going on the grass a bit as well. Folky Volcano, vroom. Yes, that's his best impression then of a Formula 1 car, or my best impression of a Formula 1 car, as he just writ it down there. So Russian, come on at young Tommy then, as Folky Volcano is also very happy that Baz got into fifth position there. It's a great time there from Baz, isn't it, in the AlphaTauri. Really impressive stuff indeed then. Out of the final corner then, young Tommy goes second fastest on the medium tyres. A lot of drivers are opting for the yellow marked medium tyres, and Paul is in trouble there, isn't he? Oh dear for Paula. So we got Troy out of the first turn, and let's go on board down the World Championship. He's having a bit of a difficult time around here at the moment, isn't he? And on board now with Troy, the championship leader. So he is coming through Curva Grande in the Italian Grand Prix. Remember, this is the 57th silver race in ALR. Fantastic, isn't it? Of course, in ALR's history, brilliant stuff indeed. Time flies, doesn't it? Yellow flag out of the Parabolica. We've got some Formula. We've got Syria. No, who have we got there? It's Jake the Slayer. I got there eventually. I sound like someone's owed grandfather there, isn't it? Going through everyone's names before I got to the right person there. Slayer are saying, go and risk it all now. All or nothing this session. I'll be back. I have a plan. A serious mushroom is a man with a plan there. Troy isn't. Oh my word there. And somehow he has kept it on the track there. Oh goodness gracious me then. That was very wobbly indeed there for Troy. He is strung as well. The two championship protagonists are having some major issues here in Monza. 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session now, and Troy's back in the pits now. The pressure's just mounting up now, isn't it? I can hear Queen in my ear as he is Freddie Mercury there starting to warp up his vocals as they are under pressure, aren't they? Young Tommy is now with the third position, but young Tommy's done 3 laps on the medium tyres. Oh dear, is that going to be a crucial part in this Grand Prix then? Well, we'll find out then, unless young Tommy comes back into pits, throws on and sets up tires. New Potato then is on a second time run here. He is sound fast. I'm wondering if he came a cropper on its opening lap. Then Nigel's out as well. Welsh Maldonado just starting her lap. Then we're going to keep an eye to see what New Potato does first. Then he's invalidated his time, so that is it for unfortunately for New Potato. Let's go on board Curly. He's invalidated as well. There's a lot of track invalidations around here. Oh goodness me then. And Farf who's out of the final Parabolica. What can Farf do? Farf goes 6th fastest there, and he has done a 20.5. Nigel in 12th position at the moment, and Slayer starting his lap as well. So we're going to stick with FIFA's retired from the session. He is 5th fastest at the moment. And of course Matt, the former ALR driver in gold, then he's just come into the comments there. Fantastic indeed. As I think that might be homage to my fantastic lightning, which I think I heard off Murray Walker actually, and I think I just stole it off him. And there's Nigel coming out of the final turn, and he goes 2nd fastest. That's on the soft tyres. So Welshman others invalidated time, and so she's going to have another bite of cherry now, or is she coming in the pits? She can't. She has no time to come in the pits. Change tyres and go back again. And yellow flag in sector 2 for one of the Pink Panthers there. I think it's I'm not sure who it is, but both Pink Panthers are through the moment. Sorry, the racing point, and Slayer's in trouble. Maldonado's into turn 1 then. Curly is in the pits. Curly's in the pits. Is he going to get back out there in time? I don't think he will. Farfar is just cruising back to the pits then. Hopefully he'll be through. Slayer then is all nothing then, so we're on board with Maldonado then. Search Mushroom, thanks anyway, camera. I just fell off my chair. Oh goodness me then. I hope Gordo's okay then, but currently where is he in the top 10? Well, he's terribly 5th fastest at the moment. Good stuff indeed for Gordo. Lovely shot from Maldonado's point of view. Absolutely stellar. I'm loving that. Mr. Mushroom, don't blink, Troy then. FIFA lost the car. Be surprised if I go through it. Don't want to use them soft set. At the moment, FIFA is 6th fastest, isn't he? He might get through at the moment because a lot of the drivers are falling by the wayside here with mistakes there in track invalidations. And just going through the Ascari chicane as well. Accelerates away. Maldonado using keeping a lot of the outside track very much within track limits there. And I think there's a bit more time on the table. Maldonado just wants to get through in the qualifying 3 if she can on the soft tires. cars. Troy out of the parabolica as well, and so one of mine on might get a bit of slipstream here. 30 seconds to go in this qualifying session on the power. And where does she put herself? She puts herself third fastest on the soft tires. That should be safely through the qualifying free then. And Slayer then out of the Ascari chicane as well. Curly is out now, and Curly's got 17 seconds. And I'm not sure if that's enough then, unless my timer's out then. I might have to put a new battery in that clock in the top left-hand side then. And then Slayer then out of the parabolica. Is this going to be through? Let's take a look then as well. Out of the final turn then, and Slayer, where is he going to be? He is 8th fastest then. A new potato is out of qualifying, and that's a huge shock then. That's another one, the championship protagonist out. Oh my word then. And that is not what I've been expecting to see there. Bradfield then out of the final turn. Troy is down in 15th fast at the moment. He just needs a time here or he's out of qualifying. I wonder if Gordon might abandon this time then. He's out. He's into top 10 at the moment. Bradfield is going into 4th fastest. That is Baz, who's been knocked out of qualifying, but he's had a magnificent day in qualifying. He's right back at the sharp end. Good stuff indeed. Troy, a little unstable there, coming through the Scar chicane down the back straight end for Troy, and he's got one more corner to go. Is it going to be far for Troy through in the qualifying free then? Troy needs to get through the qualifying free of his championship protagonist of Gamer having some issues once again here tonight. Out of the final turn, Troy comes across the line, and Troy is fast as there. He hooks up a lap, and he is through in the qualifying free. And unfortunately, that means then that we have lost Farf, and unfortunately, we have lost Farf, who's been knocked out of qualifying. Slayer is breathing a huge sigh of relief then as well. And unfortunately, we're on board with Curly, who is out of qualifying. He was not looking forward to this at all. He didn't even put time in there. Curly didn't, did he? And unfortunately, he is out of qualifying. Just taking a look at the comments, and Bulky saying I can improve on a 20.4 at the moment in terms of the times then. And then on this current grid at the moment, that put him 11, so it's not too shabby there from a Bulky Volcano. Serious Mushroom is just giving a Bulky bit of voice about putting on a ghost car and stuff. Young Tommy is saying he's hoping he's safe. He is safe there, albeit according to that graphic there, he's done 4 laps on those medium tires. That may be a problem there, and Serious Mushroom has alluded to that as well. Jada Sarah's messed up my lap, and he could have gone 3/10 quicker, but he is safely through in the qualifying free, and that's all that matters. And as a Gordon invalidated his lap then, but luckily he is through into qualifying free there. So that's the end of the comments then. Right then, it's Welsh Maldonado is we're just waiting for Welsh Maldonado to come back into the pits then. So Serious Mushroom out qualifying. He had a huge incident, didn't he, at the start of qualifying too, unfortunately. And we've also lost Curly as well, New Potato, Baz and Farf. And wow, that's quite a bunch of drivers really, isn't it? And my goodness me, Welsh Maldonado then coming into the pits. It's a safety car. It's coming out. I hope he stays well away from me, Bert Molander, because I do hold a grudge, as he took me out of the pre-race of bronze a couple of weeks ago. And he also took Ayrton out in the Hungarian Grand Prix as well, which, by the way, is my moment of the season. I absolutely love that. Right, just to confirm then, who's out of qualifying then, we have got Serious Mushroom, no time, he had a crash. Curly couldn't get the lap together in 14th, and New Potato in 13th, and of course he backed off on that lap as well, didn't he? Baz in 12th position, great to see Baz back up there. 11th position is Farf, also out of qualifying as well. Slayer made a mistake, but he is through. FIFA has also made it through as well. Goro made a mistake, but luckily he's gone through, along with Young Tommy and BP as well. 5 on mediums, 5 on softs then. It's a split. I'm loving that. But remember, there is rain there's rain afoot, isn't there, for the end of the race then. So keep an eye on that then, as there's going to be a lot of interest in the weather, isn't there? Claire saying my wings are odd, but I use for quali, but works. And well, that's all that matters, really, isn't it? It doesn't. It may sound odd to someone, but if it works, that's all that matters, isn't it? Unfortunately, I'm not good enough to know my settings or anything like that. I usually just steal them off someone else. I would try and steal them off Emerson, but I don't. So I don't think I should anymore. So I'm just getting rid of all these. Of all these comments as well there. And also taking a look then, Young Tommy saying he's only got 7%, and so that shouldn't be too difficult then. Jake Slayer is aiming for 19-1 in qualifying free. Good stuff indeed then. I love it to hear the drivers' opinions on what they're aiming for. Remember, just take a quick look back to the past and last season's qualifying time around here. Bearing in mind, I think that this was in the wet this time last season. Was a 1:26, wasn't it, by German? And the season before was also wet again, where it's a 128. So this is the first qualifying session where we haven't had rain-affected qualifying in silver. So, yes, we are going to get an all-time lap record around here. Let's see what it's going to be. TK is the first driver out on circuit. TK has a pole position to his name. He got one in the... He got one in the Monaco Grand Prix, and I think he got one somewhere else, didn't he, as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. But I think I am very much mistaken. Yeah, he's only got one, hasn't he? I think he has, anyway, but that's me muttering on. Yes, he has got one. My apologies there. TK only has one then, but can he get two here tonight then? Game, we're saying, come on, Sarah and Gunnar in the comments as well. Good luck, Silver. Happy birthday to Gunnar. As we call Sarah, we gave him I gave him a lovely message earlier on then. I don't want to repeat it again there because, of course, I think that's it. And I encourage Gunnar to go back and watch it, doesn't it? Of course, it's all about the views and likes and... Yeah, like, share and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'm a professional on YouTube, and coming across the line, and here comes TK out of the parabolica on the start-finish straight, and about starts up then. His track is clear then. He does have a Ferrari in the background, and it's FIFA Beefy, and unfortunately, TK has already invalidated his time going into turn one then, and really all that build-up there has really not has really not come to fruition now, has it, unfortunately. FIFA Beefy is now into the Curba Grande here. FIFA, of course, is out of pole position as well this season. He had it in the Chinese Grand Prix, and as I already mentioned about the Chinese Grand Prix earlier, FIFA's not going to be too happy. I'll keep repeating this, but he probably should have and could have won the Chinese Grand Prix, or at the very least, got a very good podium there, didn't he? For FIFA there, but he was very unlucky. But he's looking at the sharp end again here today, and can he break into the top 10 of the World Championship? I say that's a one good result there, really good, propels you up the leaderboard in silver at the moment. It's so tight in the midfield. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? 2 or 3 good results there will really jump you up the field, won't it? And of course, that's what Farf has been doing lately. Of course, he's the biggest mover in the last 3 races. Farf is. He's done well up to 12th, and good stuff indeed there. As we're coming down the back straight as well. And let's see then what FIFA can do as he comes out of the parabolica, not running too wide then, and out of the final turn then. And he gets on a pole position, provisional pole position at the moment there. And then good stuff indeed then. We have got a certain saying happy birthday furniture, as I think that's a comment to Aguna. BP is invalidated his time, unfortunately. Well, but, no, so is Maldonado as well. So we're just watching Troy, Can he get his first stop in then? Of course, he's had a bit of a difficult qualifying session, but he is through the qualifying free nonetheless. And let's see if we can put that difficult qualifying session behind him and get a good time on the board then. Out of the final turn then. And let's see what Troy can do then. And FIFA's on pole position at the moment, but that has been, but now he's been replaced there by Troy. He's done a 19 flat then to open his account then. What about Slayer? Slayer's about to start his lap then, so we keep an eye to see what Slayer can do. Young Tommy is already on a quick lap at the moment, coming down the back straight into the parabolica as well. Look at this, and it's not heavy braking zone. This is down the parabolica. Only drop it down to 5th gear there for Young Tommy out of the final turn then. And let's see what Tommy can do. And it's second fastest there. I thought he got pole position there. He was close, but no cigar. Gordo is on an outlap then, but he's invalidated that outlap. Do not worry about that, Gordo fans there, as he will be don't worry about that, Gordo fans, because of course the outlap doesn't matter in terms of time, does it? All it matters about is getting the car into pristine condition there for qualifying lap there. That is what the outlap is about then. This is BP. We're going under the Oda Banca now of Italy, now rising back up the hill and coming in to the Ascari chicane as well, on board with BP. He has never had a pole position in ALR so far. He's invalidated as well. Oh, BP. Oh, he's going to be furious with himself there, isn't he? And so is Slayer as well. Oh my word there. It's not going at all well, is it? TK is back out on circuit as well. Nigel started his lap then. And who else is out there on a lap then? Gordo, I think, is out there. We've also got Gordo's invalidated as well. So we're going to stay with Bradfield for the minute then. Goodness gracious me then. And coming up into the Ascari chicane as well, on board then with Bradfield. That back end is trying to overtake the front there, but Bradfield there taming that back end of the McLaren beautifully well, isn't he, before he comes down into the parabolica. Look in the background, that's TK trying desperately to warm up those tyres. Bradfield there, hopefully his tyres are warm. He's well off the circuit there. That's an invalidation. He's back in the pits there. It's brutal, isn't it? These track limits are. Just ask Lando Norris on Saturday, which was such a shame, wasn't it? Clayton Slayer is just starting another lap as well, and 6 minutes to go in the qualifying session. He might be able to get a second lap in as well. On board with Nigel there, last week's race winner in the Belgian Grand Prix. He is, of course, third at the moment, and of course, it's a good opportunity to extend that third position lead in the Drivers' Championship as well. Flicking it into the final corner, and of course, the trademark green and black helmet there of Nigel, the first ever ALR World Champion, out of the final corner. Nigel goes pole position there by less than a tenth of a second. It's 800 there. Wow, impressive stuff indeed there. On board with Slayer, and he is out of the Ascari chicane as well, diagonal the straight down, so he gets a better entry into the Parabolica. On board now with Slayer into the Parabolica. Look at that then, just after the 50-meter board. Incredible stuff indeed there, as Nigel then is just cruising back to the pit. Slayer wanted a 19.1. Let's see if he's done a 19.2, but he's fourth at the moment. Slayer is. Let's see what he can do though with new tyres on that car when he has another bite of the cherry. TK unfortunately invalidated his first time. Then let's see what he can do then, as he is now also down the Parabolica, and he's flicking it in now. Look at that then, so he has got just about enough deployment then to reach the finish line. I think that, look at this then, over the line. So he's done a very good job on the deployment there. He's also done a good job on the timing clock as well. He is fastest there by 2/10 of a second there. TK is on pole position at the moment there. Can anyone stop this man? Fantastic there. 2/10 of a second in front then, as he just skates across the alternative version there of the Monza circuit. And now Maldonado, look in the background, there's Troy trying to warm up his tyres. He is 2/10 of a second away from TK, who's got pole position. And the other race where he got pole position was in Monaco Grand Prix. I've got to say, it's a completely different opposite ends of the spectrum, isn't it, between TK, between Monaco and here. And Welsh Maldonado's gone at sixth fastest there on a 19.2 at the moment. Slayer has got yellow flags and has won the Renault there. It's just slowing down there. On board Troy, and look at this, and he was very much at maximum speed, wasn't he, going into turn one and turn two as well, before accelerating away and going into a Curva Grande as well. Went out on a wrong set. Whoopsie days there. Gunnar, cheers to Sean Budd there, and also saying cheers to Mushroom as well. Yeah, don't worry. Yes, happy birthday, Gunnar. Of course, I hope you've enjoyed your day as much as possible, albeit that there has been some very depressing news in terms of that European Super League, but enough said about that, I say. As I think we all share the same thoughts and opinions on that one. Troy going a bit wide there out of the second left. Yes, but in all seriousness, happy birthday, Gunnar. It's been, of course, I hope you have enjoyed your day, and we did mention that Gunnar has been a part of the ALR family since the second ever race in ALR history back in Bahrain, season 1. Incredible, isn't it? Obviously, great some detail, and Gunnar is almost on every single stream. He probably is on every single stream, and he definitely comments on almost every single stream as well. It's great to have him alongside us, with us for the action as well. We got Troy coming into the Parabolica then, and let's see what Troy can do then. This has been quite a neat and tidy lap after for Troy. No, he's in the pits there. I know nothing there, and he is in the pits, and young Tommy's invalidated, so Maldonado's in the pits as well, and I thought that was a nice tidy lap then from Troy, but he disagrees there, and he's back in the pits then. Seriously, I should say, is he still harping on about China? I couldn't help it. Yes, of course, there's unfortunately FIFA and Serious Russian did come to blows there in the Chinese Grand Prix. I think it was down the Hereford, wasn't it, really? But that is racing, unfortunately, and day is it. Yes, it does live long in my memory, because I seem to remember stuff like that, which is probably not good for the drivers, is it? As we're just watching BP there just come in just on a out lap again, as he's invalidated his first lap there, and as a young Tommy there coming into the first chicane as well, before accelerating away. Serious Russian saying, my birthday 30th, don't forget then. Oh, we definitely won't now, Serious Russian then, and of course so yes, we are counting down the days. I think it's 11 to go there, Serious Russian there, and Serious Russian there is cheering on his teammate Tommy, and who are on board with Tommy now, and into the second chicane as well. A lovely hop, skip and a jump you need over those curbs on young Tommy. Okay, now a quick lap then. I didn't do myself any favours there, and young Tommy, Serious Russian saying, young Tommy, don't let me down, we're on board with him, haven't we? And out of the second Lesmo as well, DRS then gets a beep in the ear. Don't need the drivers, so they don't need that beep then, because they're instinctively already going for the DRS button, and they on their steering wheels up into the Scar chicane. He was 8100 a second down, he's 800 of a second, 8100 a second up in the second sector. I don't know what I'm saying. Out of the Mascara chicane then, diagonal the straight down into the Parabolica. There's a car in front of us, I think it's Slayer, but Tommy there is not going to be too concerned about that, then out of the parabolic, and then a minute to go in the qualifying session. He has enough time for one more run, but does he have enough fuel? Does he have enough first? Not by the looks. Tommy goes third fastest there. Once again, Joni, he means business. He's looking very quick on these low downforce circuits of Belgium, and again here this weekend in Italy. Great stuff indeed then. Out of the final turn then for BP, and BP, where is he going to put himself? He's never on pole position at ALR. He is on pole position today by 2/10 of a second there. BP has really pulled it out of the bag. A magnificent performance there from BP, and he lets the McLaren through Bradford as well. Got two Ferraris in close company of Nigel and FIFA Beefy. I think FIFA Beefy's invalidated his time. He has invalidated his time, unfortunately. Gordo's out on an outlap as well. And what about, and Slayer then is in the second, and Lesmo as well. We've got two Renaults also very much long stern as well. I wonder if the Ferrari and the Renault are thinking about giving each other a toe there. BP is on pole position for the first time in his career so far in ALR, and can anyone stop him then? I've got to say, these times are rapid then. They have really blown me to one side there. Absolutely magnificent, isn't there? And here's Slayer then. Needs to find a 10th of a second to beat his target, but I wonder if he can go quicker than that for Slayer. He has got new fresh tires this time around. That's it. The car is almost at peak performance, and for Slayer out of the parabolic. I can't see to the graphic. There he is. He's also got a cheeky little slipstream as well off TK, and Slayer more than gets 2/10 quicker than his target. He is on the second row of the grid. Magnificent Tom indeed. And Tommy doesn't improve his Tommy is fifth fastest. Tommy is and he is now on the third row of the grid then, but I think that's a very good fist of things, isn't it, here in this qualifying session. Bradfield out of the parabolic as well then. Here's Bradfield, and he's a very good qualifier, is he? And final turn then for Bradfield. He is in 9th position there, and he's done a 19.5 as FIFA Beefy is cruising, so I wonder if FIFA Beefy's had an issue. Nigel's also had an issue as well, and he's invalidated his time. Oh my word, then that's both Ferraris who I was expecting to very much be in the conversation of pole position now. Gordo's gone very quick in the second sector. He's done a 52.2 there in the second sector, hasn't he? I missed that, to be honest. I apologise, guys. I wasn't really I looked up there and I looked back down. I just said a 52. I'll do your parabolic then, and then the car run wide. Then he doesn't want to let it go over the AstroTurf. So Gordo is giving up a bit of time on the outside, on the outskirts of that corner there, but it doesn't matter because he is on the second row of the grid. Gordo is magnificent stuff indeed. Troy out of final turn then. Can Troy displace BP? No, he's 7th fastest there. Welsh Ronaldo's in the pits there, and it is BP on pole position then for the Italian Grand Prix, his first pole position of his career. What a performance there from BP. Absolutely nailed that one. A one lap wonder there. Amazing stuff indeed there for BP. Congratulations, that is the first pole position of the season for the Racing Point team here in Silver. Magnificent stuff for BP. Oh, hats off to the Racing Point driver. Magnificent stuff, absolutely fantastic indeed. Then, as we're just taking a look, then we have got FIFA saying invalidate the second one, had 7/10 on as well. Oh, that's a shame. And Gordo, I messed that lap up. Could have been on pole, to be honest. And yes, I thought that Gordo could have run out a bit wider out of the parabolic then, because he probably gave a bit of time there. But still, a great third position on the grid. Formula Moments is very happy with that. You're disappointed, Tommy. I mean, far from that, I'm delighted then. And look at this, so Billy's BP on pole position for the first time in his ALR career by 2/10 a second from TK, who invalidated his final run. Then Gordo also felt he had time on the table as well. Slayer, very happy with that. And he beat his target by 2/10 a second. Nigel had some issues on his final run as well. Tommy in a very solid row 3 there in 6th position. Troy, the championship leader, down in 7th with Maldonado in 8th for the Renault team. FIFA in 9th having some issues, and 10th position was Bradfield as well. That is your top 10 for the Italian Grand Prix, which is coming up in just a jiffy then as well then. Oh my word, I'm already sweating. That's the problem with commentating in the summer. Or maybe it's just because I need to go to the gym as I'm a little porky. Probably the second option then, and it's got nothing to do with the heat then, because it's only like 17 degrees, wasn't it, today? So goodness me. But of course, we ginger should be living there. Oh no, Gordo is in some major issues there. He needs to get back in the session pronto. Oh goodness me, because Gordo's on third position now. He's got an error. If someone could let him back in, that'll be fantastic. Hopefully Paul is watching the stream now and could send Gordo an invite, and then we can get him back in there. As Gamer said, GGBP, then calls Gamer absolutely fantastic competitor as well, and it's good that Gamer also acknowledges when someone's done a great lap, and it's a good something did that for Gaber. He's a much better person than I am, because I'll be sulking if anything like that happened to me today. Of having some issues there, and Bradfield's also left a session as well. This is a bit worrying. This is so we've lost 2 drivers in the space of 30 seconds. We've migrated the hosts there. This is not looking good, is it? Dylan saying good luck, Silver. Well, we're going to need a bit of luck then, because Paul's also left the session as well. So oh dear then, as Dylan was saying, going on the Williams team. Hang on a minute, let me quickly get the old Discord up, shall we? And I just take a look to see what is occurring then. I've had no chat from the admins there, but that's probably because they don't like me. Which I've got to say, that's nothing unusual, is it really? Because they probably had enough of listening to me now 3 times a week in ALR. Fantastic, isn't it? For well, for me anyway, because it keeps me out of trouble. Probably not for but I'm going to see what is occurring then, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Then as Farf has left the session, I'm wondering now if we're restarting the session then or what, because Farf is the host already carrying on there? I haven't heard anything, just keeping on the Discord. Nothing is in the Discord. As Gordo is saying, the session no longer exists, and so that is such a shame now for Gordo, isn't it? As I hope that Gordo can get back in the session, because Farf is dropped out then. It's a full restart for Silver, a full restart. Yes, we got a full restart in ALR. What a shame now, as that was a build up to be a very it's going to be a very fruitful Grand Prix, wasn't it? But of course, what does that mean? Well, that means that we've got to create a new session again then, and I've got to talk now 5 minutes about some kind of rubbish there, which is unfortunate for you guys, isn't it? But unfortunately that is that's just the way it goes then. So all the drivers then they've done their times on the used tires. Those tires are top 10 on used tires. That ain't gonna happen anymore. Zagordo has done setups as well with an exclamation mark. Yes, everyone remember your setups, guys. Wilson, the only driver on the hard tires as well. We've got soft tires for Curly, the only driver on soft tires out of the top 10. Martin has been disqualified from the formation lap, along with Wilson and young Tommy as well. Oh goodness me, though, as they've got a bit of shenanigans going on then. So just I'm just waiting for the session invite, and we'll get going once again then. So yeah, apologies about this, guys. Unfortunately, we do have a couple of session issues, don't we, in Formula 1. Hopefully EA, who have purchased Codemaster or something on those. I got to say, I don't really keep up to the news very well, do I? But yeah, EA and Codemasters, I think that they've purchased Codemasters, haven't they, or something along those lines. But hopefully they can get the session stability a bit better, really, as we seem to have issues with the sessions almost every week. At least I think in ALR we have at least one session issue, don't we? Which is really not good enough, is it, from Codemasters, I must say. Right then, as we line up for the grid then, but do not worry about this, as we're just waiting for the session to get going then. And as Afifa's saying, can nobody ready up that fast this time then? I got to say, those disconnects were worse than the European Super League. Oh, goodness me. Is it too early to joke about the European Super League? I don't think it is, to be fair, because having said that, it's an appalling concept. It really is, isn't it? The rich just get richer. It's not good at all, and I'm ashamed to be a Liverpool fan, really, on this day. And I got to say, Liverpool have had some appalling... I've had some... It is a restart, Serious Mushroom. Yes, it is a restart. Anyone that's waiting, yes, we got a restart, and so do not worry about this. And as Murphy's had a great start, hasn't he? But I think that Murphy, hopefully he knows about the race restart, because he's flying through, isn't he? Yes, it is a restart, everyone. So yeah, we were. So don't worry, we're just waiting as safety cars in there. And I gotta say, that's a pretty good race. That's a pretty good race restart. That's a pretty good race there, isn't it? And great stuff indeed. That there's a Serious Mushroom there who's just in the backfield. And so do not worry about this, everyone. It's Anarchy. We'll be back in the session in the not too distant future. I haven't had any invite yet, then, but there you go. It's probably because Farf doesn't want me back in there, does he? Well, that's such a shame, isn't it? Oh my word, that's a cracking incident, isn't it? I'm loving that. And but good gosh, Sam asking, is it a new lobby? Yes, it is. There will be a new lobby, and Murphy's also got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety cars. He has gone from last to first in about 6 quarters there. I think that's a new record there. Yeah, it's a new lobby. We've had some issues. We've had a mass disconnect there, which is such a shame. And yeah, we're just waiting for the invites there. Liverpool leading 1-0 against Leeds, by the way. But Gordo saying, now me too. I was actually ashamed to be a Liverpool fan when I seen the news that yeah, it's not good at all, is it really? The European Super League. Jake the Slayer is loving life out there at the moment, isn't he? As he's flying then. Of course, yes, we are... of course, on a restart in the lobby then. So do not worry, guys. Then we'll be back in the race action in just a jiffy. Then we're given this time to just talk about the about the main topic of the day, really, which has been the European Super League, hasn't it? Yeah, so it is a new lobby. The invite should be out momentarily, but yeah, I think that the 6 teams involved, which is actually the most teams out of any other league in Europe, really, isn't it? It's in the Premier League. I'm not sure whether that's whether or not that's whether that makes a difference or not. I don't know, but it's not great, is it, really? Yep, I'm absolutely disappointed by the events of the European Super League. Of course, it's been rumbling on for a while, hasn't it? And I must say, personally, from my point of view, I know this is an F1 channel, but I think it's been the main topic, hasn't it? But from my point of view, I didn't really take it too seriously, personally. But there we go. Anyway, and just going back, and yes, so losing advance on starting on the medium tyres, and from Jake the Slayer, and as Vagoda saying, no, you don't, and as Jake says, a bit good, but yeah, of course, yeah, everyone will have new tyres now, even the drivers in the top 10 then. So yeah, those laps then in real world from them do make a huge difference there when you're pounding around on a qualifying lap compared to a car with heavy fuel. But let's see how it goes here today then. From moment saying it's fresh versus tyres on mediums. Don't wear a lot in quali then. Setups and tyres are for serious rush now. Just making sure that everyone there is of course I remember their stuff. I think setups is quite important. Well, so is tyres as well, really, because you'll get a penalty if you do not if you change your tyres from the first session now, which is, well, yeah, because you don't want to get an unfair advantage, do you? I wonder how BP is feeling in this at this time right now. There, he's got his first pole position of his career, and this and of course this delayed start. And how is he going to feel then? He is a very experienced league driver, league racer, though, isn't he? So I feel then he's just got to get back into the zone, hasn't he? But yeah, this is not going to help him, is it? Because he'll probably be focusing on that start, going down into turn 1, but BP there, But this delayed start then is not going to help him whatsoever, is it? But he has had 3 podiums in his career this season, but that's the first pole position he's had for the Racing Point team, and he'll be and he would like to be converting that into a race win shortly. Then and Gordo saying set up reminder time. Then yep, setups, put your setups on, everyone. Setup. Yes, of course, setups are quite important around here because you want minimum drag, don't you? You don't want any of that default setup stuff, as you might be lost at sea a bit then. BP, don't put pressure on me, Sean. As yes, indeed. Then of course Benito Perez said, yes, I doubt I would have put too much pressure on you, BP. As I said, then you're a very experienced driver. But yeah, this delayed start, it's not going to be good for anyone, really, is it? If anyone was feeling tense going down into turn 1, it's quite a long drag down into turn 1 as well, isn't it? And we are expecting rain at the end of the race as well, which for Silver we seem to have rain literally every time we've been here, haven't we? So good gosh, very unusual indeed, isn't it? Right then, yeah, we are just now waiting for all the drivers to get into the right cars. I'll make sure I'm in the spectator seat then, as they do not want me out on track, do they? That is definitely not what you want then. And unfortunately for the bronze lot, I will be very dangerous tomorrow. So enjoy the hill turns of Ayrton and Emerson. They will be guiding you through bronze tomorrow, and hopefully I don't cause havoc there, but I can't promise anything. I really can't. Anyway, then we got just saying, look at the other steps. Well, Serious Russian is just getting Tommy to pick his car. And Nigel saying every year we hope this is the good year of every year we hope this is the year of good seasons. And we've also got Cass saying, come on BP. Then we've also got Gamer saying, oh yeah, rain. I hate rain on this game. Then oh yeah, unfortunately Gamer has I think his Achilles heel, it's the wet, isn't it? And I don't really like to point that out then, but Gamer does struggle in the wet a bit, doesn't he? So we'll see how we get on, but hopefully the rain shouldn't affect the race too much, because it's coming at the end of the race, isn't it? And as Gunnar said then, definitely not bad enough we've to watch you tomorrow, Sean. My Belgian Grand Prix was appalling last week. It really was indeed. And unfortunately, I lost my head there, which is nothing unusual, really, in a league race. And I got to say, that's why I'm called Ginger Rage. I have a short fuse, really. And yeah, and it wasn't very good at all from my point of view. I forgot I was racing the ALR, because in the leagues I've raced in before, I don't... I don't appeal too much then, because I got a 5-second penalty for apparently overtaking under safety car. I think I should have appealed that, but I forgot it was an ALR. Otherwise, I should have appealed it, really. But there you go. But I was just being nice that I didn't want admin staff extra work. Totally. We got Slayer saying, my PlayStation gets hot after a race usually and lose connection often like 5 minutes after the race. So fingers crossed. Oh goodness me! So Slayer would hope that this hurries up then. So hopefully Paul will get his keister into gear. I will be on in just a few moments' time then. Come on, my internet. You were good in the first session then. Don't let me down then. Gordo is third on the grid, isn't he? So we're talking about BP. What about Gordo? How is he feeling on the second row of the grid there? He's going to have a lovely slipstream going down to turn 1. Is he going to be showing that nose cone in as well? It's good to see Gordo back up there as well as of course, he's been a bit hit and miss, hasn't he, as of late? And of course, in Canada, he scored a 5th position. In Austria, he scored a 6th, and also in Austria, in Hungary, he scored a 7th position there. But in between those races, he seems to have scored and then not scored, scored and not scored, scored and not scored. Today, if he's carrying on that pattern, he will score today, and hopefully he can get some major points on the board as well. Then, and this is a good opportunity for me to quickly adjust me my hairband there. As unfortunately, I lost my original hairband, so I've now got one that doesn't fit on my head very well, so it keeps falling down. And we just got Gordo saying, first time since Monaco I've qualified in the top 5. As we got the BP army there of Ackerman there, also in the comments. Well, good evening, guys. Welcome. I hope you all enjoy the race there. So it's great to see the BP army out in force. Then Ackerman BP for the win. Well, currently is on pole position then for the first time in his ALR career in the Italian Grand Prix then. So can BP get his first win of his career? He's got his first pole position. Can he convert it into a race win then? He will be well, let's see what he can do then. He's got he's got Gordo right behind him on the second row of the grid then. Sam saying, go on BP, we need some points for the racing point team then. Of course, Sam was on about the joint construct then, so gold, silver, cobalt, and bronze there, all racing for one team, ain't they, this year? That team then, of course, they share the joint construction set. Where's my ex-gamer army then? Well, I'll be in your army, ex-gamer, but of course I'm in everyone's army. But but yes, gamer. I hope you do well today, gamer. So it's Rush then. Shave off the front of your head, Sean. Be professional. I think I'm going to be on a buzz cut by the end of this week. Then, so I will be going down my sister's to get a trim. And now you're saying no Ferrari army. I feel we're hoping that the Ferrari will be in attendance as well. But yes, the Trafosi expects FIFA, Beefy, and Nigel to get to hopefully get at least on the podium at the very least, and maybe just a win as well. Then remember back in 1995 then when both Ferraris were leading 1-2, weren't they? And very unluckily, John Lacey's onboard camera fell off and broke Gerhard Berger's suspension, which was very odd. And then a couple of laps later, then Jean Lacey's, I think it was a wheel bearing, wasn't it? There was something wrong with those wheel bearings in 95, wasn't it? Because Coulthard had the same issue. It was some kind of wheel bearing failure on the rear tyre, which had some issues there, and because of that, then Lacey had to come and retire, and that allowed Johnny Herbert to win his second Grand Prix of the season as well. And he also got to thank Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher for a second time in the race where Johnny Herbert won. They crashed, didn't they, as they was lapping the infamous Taki Inu, and one of my favourite drivers of all time, because he got hit by the medical car in the Hungarian Grand Prix, which was quite funny, really, and he's also quite funny on Twitter as well. Right then, enough jibber jabber, let's get on with it, shall we? As I got to say, Ocho, don't remind me of that fifth in Canada in my fantasy wonderland. I would have won that race. Oh yeah, that's another. Oh yes, Gordo should have won that race as well, but of course it was I've got to say, Gordo, it was very much written in the stars for Maldonado to win that one, wasn't it? I would say. We have got Ackerman then. Oh gosh, Ackerman, unfortunately, I can't get me old. I might have to get me old Google Translate on that one. Serious Russian, setups, BP, come on, Gasanola, I think that is. We've also got Sam saying setups as well. Yes, setups. And we're getting into the race as well. And so apologies about the delayed start here. And I was saying that we'll be off air record time here tonight, but I think that Farf obviously didn't want to be off air too early, did he? So obviously he's delayed it, hasn't he? As Farf is the master of ceremonies tonight, isn't he? Right then, so we're in the session. Hopefully you don't have any disconnects this time then. Fingers crossed that I got everything crossed. I got me fingers, me toes, me hair, everything crossed. Ready to get this race going once again. And just a reminder, in the World Championship then, Troy and Gamer are leading the Standings there, 64 points. Troy is in front of Gamer. Both of them are out of position to a certain degree. Troy down in 7th class. Gamer is down in 16th on the grid then. So those two have got some making up to do. Nigel then, of course, is got third in the championship mode, and he would like to get a better stranglehold on that going into this one as well. And of course, Slayer, Ayrton and Billet would like to get out of that relegation zone as well. Ackerman saying, you got this, BP, fingers crossed. Dylan saying, don't forget setups for tomorrow, Sammy. As unfortunately, Sammy, I think he forgot himself in the Hungarian Grand Prix, didn't he? He had a lot of penalties, Sammy did. Not as much as me, though, because I took that as a personal challenge. Right then, so we are now off the grid and ready to get going in. With 27 laps around the Italian Grand Prix. It's lovely and sun shining in Italy, what was it? I don't know, it's Italy, isn't it? Well, yes, we are go for the Italian Grand Prix on the formation lap. Let's go for the grid from front to back then, from pole position down to 20th on the grid, where the two Red Bulls languish in, and it is BP on pole position. He's on the medium tires. He's going to have a bit of a disadvantage going down into turn 1, isn't he? Second position is TK. He's on soft tires with Gordo on softs as well. Slayer in third position on the medium tires. Nigel is on the soft tires, and fourth is a mixed bag so far. Sixth position is young Tommy there. He's going to extend his advantage over himself in the relegation zone in the Williams. We've got both Renaults 7th and 8th on soft tires. It's Troy along with Welshman and Otter. They're leading the constructors at the moment then. FIFA Beefy is on the medium tires in a 9th position there. 10th position is Bradfield then, also on the soft tires. Farf just outside the top 10 in 11th position, and he's on the fresh medium tires. 12th is Baz, he's on fresh soft tires. 13th position is Nude Potato on the medium tires. Curly is in 14th position. Serious Mushroom in 15th position. 16th is Game. 17th is Billy. Ayrton is 18th. Murphy on soft tires in 19th. Wilson is 20th on the hard tires. And I thought as Baz on the soft tires, and the only driver outside the top 10 on soft tires. I had deja vu there, and I'm sure that it was Curly without the soft tires, but I think I'm wrong on that one. Gordo's just said then that he has forgotten his medium tires there. He's got Gordo then. And Sam was saying that you were talking about the quality tires at the start out for Gordo. Unfortunately, don't worry, Gordo, we'll glaze over that one, and hopefully the admins forget about it. But unfortunately, I don't think they will. Farf is racing tonight, then, and if he gets into some mischief, then he might forget that one, Gordo. So fingers crossed on that. I do, of course, I do not condone cheating or anything like that. But of course, Gordo wasn't cheating. Now he is. I think it's just a honest mistake, isn't it? But there we go then. Right then, as we are now getting ready for the start, and Gordo said technically he is on the worst tyre, and speaking anyway, indeed he is, and he will have a disadvantage there, but he'll have an advantage at the start, won't he, just like the McLaren then. Ackerman, BP Army there, good luck again there, with a 100% as well there. Thank you for joining us. 29 viewers, goodness me. As I said earlier on, and I'm trying to be professional at this old YouTube alert, but I'm really not. Wilson on the back of the grid, along with Murphy. Red Bull need to get their act together, don't they, because they are struggling the constructors at the moment now. They're both gone the alternative strategy then, and they are lining up 19th and 20th on the grid then. Dylan, Gio, Silver then, and just waiting for the lights to come on then. We've got yellow flags then, as we are now signaling that the track is clear, and where are the lights? And there they are then, and the revs are on then. We've got 5 sets of lights are on, and we'll be racing in Italy, and it is Nude Potato's got a drive-through penalty, and it's go then for the Italian Grand Prix, but Potato has already cost himself majorly. TK is alongside BP. TK has already passed BP, going into the chicane, locking up the inside thread there from BP. He is fighting. TK is on the softer tyre, isn't he? As they come out of turn 1 then, no yellow flags then. Oh, it's a pristine start there. It's wheel to wheel going through Curva Grande, and look at this, and they're side by side. TK BP. There's four. It's Nigel involved as well. TK on the outside, and he passes BP, and he leads the Italian Grand Prix. Gordo has had a great exit out of the second chicane, and Gordo is through as well. There he is then. BP is just understeering there out, and look at this, and he's being attacked by the soft runners at the moment there. But BP is thinking about the longer game in this race, isn't he? And now though, he's under pressure once again then for the first ever ALR World Champion, which is Nigel, who is running to the gearbox well. But look, Troy is up in repositions, and Troy is right in the thick of things as well, and he has got past and moved up into 4th position. Troy's had a magnificent start, and Miles Schmalenado is fighting with Beefy. They're getting a bit too close for comfort there on the Ascari chicane then, and that McLaren is wayward as well as Bradfield. And look at this, and they're all over the back of each other. Baz is steaming through as well as they come through to complete lap one in the Italian Grand Prix. And Bradfield is up into ninth finish now. He's gone in deep though, but Martinon's going to go up and under. Oh my word, I thought she was in. Oh my gosh, it's contact. Oh my goodness me. She's in the wall. She's out of the Italian Grand Prix. Oh, that's a horrific incident. And it's a safety car at the opening stage of what a incident indeed. And Maldonado is having a appalling run of luck at the moment as that's her fourth DNF of the season, and of course she hasn't scored since that incredible win in the Italian Grand Prix. Sorry, in the Canadian Grand Prix. She is out. We got a safety car. New Potato is I think was just getting his drive-through out of the way, but now he's got a 5-second penalty as well. But I think he took it just as before the safety car came out, so he should be all right of that one then. And what a shame then. What a shame then for Welsh Mano. She's out of the race before we've even finished lap one then. There's Bern Mylander parked on the inside of the circuit. Welsh New Potato dropped down 6 positions then. And we've got a drive-through penalty. New Potato there's got a drive-through penalty again there for speeding under the safety car. And oh goodness me, it's not going at all well at the moment. Just for he's got a drive-through there. There it is there, just to confirm that. Oh dear, and it's not going at all well at the moment, is it? So down 6 positions there is New Potato. Welsh Mano down 12. Biggest mover on the grid then has to be it's Gamer at 4 positions. Fantastic start there for Gamer. Baz has got a penalty as well. I think it is a 5-second penalty. And then let's just get the tires up as well then. No, I think we had someone come in the pits. Murphy came in the pits, didn't he? No, he didn't. I thought someone else came in the pits. Oh, it was New Potato, wasn't it? And oh, that is such a shame then. It's a good start for TK, bad start for BP. It is, however, remember that BP is on the medium tires, of course. And Baz comes into the pits there. He's serving his oh, he is. Baz is retired, and oh goodness me, then Baz was having a well, he's coming in the pits. And he's had a 5-second penalty, and now he's got another 5-second penalty. He's out of the race there. And Baz, I'm not sure if he got some technical gremlins there, whatever the case may be. That is 2 cars out already. And, well, that's a shame for Baz, because I think he was on the fringes of some major points here tonight. And that is all gone to, that is all just kind of gone to Narnia, unfortunately. He is out of the Grand Prix, out of the race. And we've lost 2 already in this race on lap 2 of the Grand Prix. Let me quickly catch up with the comments, shall we? We've got... Dylan, oof. I think that in response to that horrific incident in the Parabolica then, we got Sam saying 1 Renault out, yay. Joking, laugh out loud. And I think Sam is thinking about the joint construction there, because Renault are running away with that at the moment, haven't they? As they're almost double the points of 2nd position at the moment. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? Becca has just asked, are you trying to kill us both then? As I think that's a quote there from the George Russell and Valtteri Bottas there. I hope that no one was flipping a bird at each other then after that incident there. Safety cars in the end of that. That's a very quick safety car. We're going to be back racing in just a minute then. Dylan said, okay, George, then BP medium army there from Ackerman as well. Right then, we're back racing then. So BP is down to 3rd position, but do not worry about that BP army, of course, because he is on the medium tires there. So he has still got the preferred advantage, I would say, the preferred strategy. So 2 drivers on the hard tires. That is a New Potato and Wilson then. So New Potato then right at the back end of the field moment. So we've got 1 Alfa Romeo leading the front of the field, 1 Alfa Romeo at the back. They are bookending the field at the moment then. Right then, when is TK then going to drop the hammer? He has not won a race yet in his very young career in ALR. Of course, this is only his 6th Grand Prix, is it? It's no, it's his 10th. Time flies by when we're having fun, TK. We're back racing here in Italy then. Look at the slipstream already then. Gordo then, who feels he should have won the Italian Grand Prix then. We have also got Billet dropping down to the back of the field then, because Billet's had some issues there. He's damaged the car. Billet has it. Look at this. Gordo's going for the lead there, going into the 2nd chicane outside the 1st chicane. He's on the outside. He's gone through. Fantastic. TK fights back, and he is back in front. This is amazing. And look at this. There is BP is all over the back as well. He's on the medium tires, of course. And look at this. Gordo once again is going on the inside. Look at this. Side by side into the second chicane. Is it the Daniel Rogers chicane? Oh, look at this. They're making a bit of contact. Gordo is scampering across the chicane. He kept that 2nd position there in the background. Got Curly, who's just gone in front of Gamer as well. As they are swapping positions positions, and of course, as the lead there is very much a battling, isn't it? Troy is now been in third position now. BP has had a good exit out of the second, and Lesmo said, and now we've got a drag race going down, but look at this there, because Nigel's also involved as well. This is getting very tight there. Oh my goodness, it's getting squeezy, and look at this, and it's a Troy there, breaked in there, BP going in a bit deep there, and Nigel, oh my gosh, Nigel somehow kept it on the track there, just about. Look at that Ferrari, he's still on the circuit of FIFA. How did he stay there? My word, then that was magnificent. Oh, we got yellow flag, so New Potato, it's having an absolute nightmare. He is out of the race then. Bradfield is dropped down the order. Bradfield is crawling, he's crawling. What's happening there? And we got a safety car again then, action-packed from the Italian Grand Prix. Well, this is an absolute crazy race so far, isn't it? Oh my word, then. And it's the second chicane called the Dalia Roger chicane, or am I making that? So there's Burnt now. Unfortunately, he's a bit slow there. It looks like he's going to have to wait for the field there to come around the New Potato the race. We've lost 3 drivers already. Welsh Marnado, Baz, and New Potato. And my goodness me, New Potato has 2 out of 3 of the retirements of former race winners in ALR Silver. Absolutely crazy stuff here in the Italian Grand Prix. But he'll be happy though, because he is now going to be called back up beyond the safety car. Bradfield coming out of the pits as well. I think he had some damage on the McLaren. He is now on the medium tyres. So New Potato out of the race then. Huge smash there. And so now TK is still leading the race then. Gordo is second. Troy in third position. BP has dropped down to fourth, and albeit he is on the medium tyres, of course. Nigel is trying to get past. He has dropped down to fifth position at the moment then. Sixth position is Jake the Slayer. We got young Tommy in seventh. Farf is up into eighth position then. FIFA in ninth, and Curly is 10th position. That is a top 10 gamer. Is half a second away from points at the moment in length, and Murphy is in 12th position. We got Ayrton in 13th, and 14th is Serious Mushroom. Wilson in 15th. Bill is back in the pit there. He's thrown on the medium tyres and in the Haas car and accelerating away, and he is in 17th position there. Wilson in 15th, and Bradfield in 16th, and 17th is Bullet. 17 cars remain out of 20 that started there, and we're on lap number 5 then. Halfway through, rain halfway through the race, then possibly then BP driver of the day with a rocket out from Ackerman. Then at the moment, Bernd Mylander is the driver of the day so far. As Gordo says, he was quite happy there as he used up all his errors there, as he was going to be very concerned there, as Troy was very much on the march, wasn't he? He very was indeed flying through the field then like a hot knife through bread there. Fantastic stuff indeed. So we're just on board with TK, who's the Grand Prix leader. This is his 11th Grand Prix start in ALR. Of course, TK he's a magnificent competitor. I think that next season TK is going to be one of the contenders for the championship, isn't he? I've got to say though, next season in Silver, it's very much it's not going to be a lucky dip, is it? It's going to be about skill, but it depends on who adapts to the cars next year. I'm already talking about next season. We haven't even finished this season. We've got 8 rounds to go. I just can't contain my excitement now. Unfortunately, I should contain my excitement, because the more I get excited about next season, of course, the years start to roll by too quick for me, as I'm already on the wrong side of 30 now. We got Wilson there coming out of the pits there, who's in 16th position, but just catch up behind him. So Bernd Mylander is now the safety car. The TK is just warming up those tyres as well. So we've got 5 drivers on the soft tyres now. Murphy, Nigel, Troy, Gordo, and TK are all on the soft tyres now. Everyone else is on the medium tyres then, and they will now be trying to extend that stint until the rain comes then, which Vintages points out he may be halfway through the race then. Well, there's one action-packed start to the Grand Prix. Fantastic, isn't it? Well, it's fantastic for me. I'm not sure if it's fantastic for the 3 drivers that are out there. Unfortunately, we've had 2 big smashes already in this race there. Horrific incidents indeed. This is of course, it's an old school circuit. The bars are close together, and just like in Belgium now, if you're going to go off and hit something quite hard, then which almost certainly would bring out the safety car, and that's exactly what's happened in the opening stage of the Grand Prix. And unfortunately, we've had more laps behind the safety car, and we've had more laps at controlled speed, haven't we? And who is that coming into the pits then? And that is Slayer into, he's got a 5-second penalty. This pit entry there is very perilous, to say the least, isn't it? And unfortunately, BP, I was reading the comment there. Unfortunately, Slayer there is on the hard tyres, but unfortunately, Slayer's now got a 5-second penalty. I'm wondering, though, if he's going to come in the pits there and throw on and come in the pits again there, take that 5-second penalty and throw on a medium compound tyres there into the pits again. Comes up Wilson, so he's coming in the pits there, throwing on a set of soft tyres, soft medium tyres, I should say, and he's going back out now. And of course, that's just trying to extend the life, isn't it? And Jake the Slayer is going to be kicking himself for that one. So I think the safety car might be in the end of this lap then. So we're just watching Bullet there. Wilson coming out of the pits now. And so let's see what Wilson can do. And these are some shrewd moves then for Bradfield, Slayer, Bullet, and Wilson. And they're going to be in a big, they're going to have a big advantage then, I think, later on then. Because 6 laps on the medium tyres then might be the tyre wear around here is not non-existent, is it? But it's not the most heaviest of tyre wear circuits, is it? Ackerman saying BP Army there, as he is definitely flying the flags here tonight. Good stuff indeed, and welcome to the stream, Ackerman, and great stuff indeed. And of course, it's really nice to have new faces in, new commenters in the YouTube channel. So keep them all coming in, guys. I like your opinions, I like your thoughts as well, as I do need help a lot of times because I have no earthly idea what's going on. All I know is that there's 20 laps to go in the Italian Grand Prix. You have 3 retirements, you have 17 cars left on the race there. And this is anyone's race there, anyone's ball game at the moment, isn't it, to win the Italian Grand Prix. As that safety car is in the end of the lap then. So Slayer then will be hoping for another safety car, but hopefully you don't get any in the near future then, because we'd like to get some racing laps done in now, won't we? But it's been action-packed right from the get-go, hasn't it? So TK is now the de facto safety car. He's got those soft tires on, so he should have a better launch there, but Gordo has very much been saving his earth, and Wilson is caught up in the back then. Bermalander is in the pit, said, let's get back racing, shall we, TK? It's 11th Grand Prix, start of his ALR career out of the Parabolica. When is he going to drop the hammer? When's he going to drop the hammer? We're on board with Gordo, and look at this, Gordo very much there on the overtake button already. That's BP right underneath the rear wing. Look at the slipstream already. That's extreme to a certain degree, isn't it? And look at this, headers are weaving this way and that way. Troy is alongside that Gordo. He is on the outside going to turn 1. Oh, that is getting very close for comfort there. Nigel's on the outside. BP is on the inside then. Nigel's got off the exit, and then Troy's still in third position there, and he can't get around in. And now look at this, it is on the inside is BP. We got Gamer who's got past Curly. Gamer's having it done for this then. That's exactly what he needs on the championship charge, and Troy's going for the lead into the Daniel Rogers chicane then. And look at this, now it's the roles reversed then. Has Gordon gone exit? No, he hasn't, not quite, and he is still in second position at the moment now. And now look at this, kill card, Troy in third position, BP fourth, Nigel. We're under the rear wing then of BP, and he's really putting the squeeze on BP, the only driver on the medium tyres in the top 5, and that is why he's struggling at the moment. And BP is but of course he is on for the long game here. What is that? That is Troy and Gordo. They're side by side into the Scourge again. Troy on the outside, Gordo's on the inside. Oh my goodness me, look at this action. They're banging wheels. How have they done that? Magnificent. And Gordo is still through. That is expert driving if you've ever seen it. That is magnificent stuff indeed. How they go through his Scar chicane, not crash, it's beyond me. And now Troy is into the Parabolica. He's back in the second position. The clouds are gathering here in Monza, not only on the track but in the sky as well. Gordo's dropping down like a stone now, as he is. That's the problem when you're in the queue then. Of course, one wrong manoeuvre and you're just dropping down, but Gordo's coming back. Alan Murphy's in the top 10 as well. Bradfield is past. Oh, Gordo's on the grass there, and he's going into turn 1 now. He's alongside BP. He passes BP. No, just going a bit deep then, and look at that sandwich behind there. Oh, it's got too much there, and someone's pointing the wrong way. Young Tommy has dropped down the order then. And what has happened there? And oh my goodness, it's a severe collision, and there's a big smash indeed there between Tommy and FIFA. FIFA's got a 5-second penalty. Slayer's also got a penalty as well earlier on then. Virtual safety car in this race. That was getting very messy indeed, wasn't it? And we had some great racing in the Scar chicane. It got a bit messy though in turn 1 there, didn't it? And Gamer's avoided all the incidents there, and he's gone up into 7th position. A magnificent opening stint now. Murphy gets up into 8th position as well on the soft tires. Curly in a 9th. He has damaged the car. Curly has, and he's going to be a limping McLaren. Bradfield has propelled himself up into 10th position as well. Virtual safety car at the moment then, and so we're just trying to calm down in this race at the moment. Absolutely incredible stuff. So I'm saying DRS train incoming in. Brilliant racing from Troy and Gordo from Dylan. Now it was I absolutely tip my hat off to them good sirs. Really good stuff indeed there from Gordo and Troy. They have, as I mentioned there, just after that incredible action there, you have to be great racers to go for a Scar without crashing. Now, I'd love to go for a Scar without crashing on my own, but that was magnificent. And yeah, that is one of my favourite that's one of my favourite moments of the season thus far. We're back racing here in Monza, and Gordo is just starting to drop off slightly. Rain is afoot then. DRS has now been enabled. Ayrton dropping down the order. He's down into 13th position now. Bradfield's got passes. Curly is in the pits. By the looks, Curly is in the pits for the McLaren, and what a shame there for Curly, as I think they're telling you. Ayrton in the pits as well, and Young Tommy and FIFA also in the pits as we're on board then with Bradford. Look at these trainer cars in front of us, and Farf is leading this train, and DRS has now been enabled, and I think that's the first time DRS has been enabled, and we're on lap 10 here in Monza. Incredible stuff, isn't it? And now we're coming for Curva Grande then. Nigel down to 6th position, and he was a part of that sandwich, wasn't he? Nigel was, and he's having a look into the Della Roger chicane, then, which I hope is called the Della Roger chicane. And tell me if it's not then. And now going into the first Lesmo, and Nigel is very much underneath the rear wing of Farf at the moment. He's up in the 5th position, Farf is, and so he'd be very happy with that. He's on the fresher tyres. Well, everyone's on fresh tyres now, aren't they? As we had issues with the session, unfortunately, and that kind of took away the element there of the peril. On board with Sirius Mushroom, who's also made his way out quite nicely indeed, and 17 cars remain in this race then, but look at that cloud, look at that black cloud there overhead then. Yes, we are expecting rain then, and it could be coming quite on. Vintage said about halfway through this race, and we're approaching halfway stage now, and those black clouds are definitely rolling in, aren't they? And the drivers are going to be looking into the heavens then. Ayrton is thrown on the hard tyre and soft tyres for everyone else then, so I think that look at this, as Murphy is coming into the pits then, so that is not good time for Murphy unless he feels that the rain is still quite far away, but those soft tyres, he's done 10 laps on those soft tyres, so he might be going for the undercut here. Murphy is, and Nigel then is keeping up with Farf at the moment then. Also the first chicane. So BP is now 4/10 of a second away from Gordo at the moment. The gap at the front then is 1.1 seconds between TK and Troy. Doing a great job, Troy is, isn't he? He's a fantastic racer. Very much, I was thinking about this the other day actually, about, it's BP there, and his Farf has got a 3-second penalty. Penalties are going to be brutal, aren't they, today? Having said that, we only had 5 penalties in the whole race last night, didn't we? In terms of drivers collecting them anyway. Yeah, so it might not be as a big factor as what I thought it would be, but I was just thinking about this last night. Troy does remind me of a very early stage Emerson kind of thing. Emerson was a very good racer, not a very good qualifier, wasn't he? But Troy very much in that mould, isn't he? This is early in his ALR career. That's at this moment in time now. And Gordo and BP are now having another scrap there. This time for third position. Look at the slipstream then. It's quite a big effect around here, isn't it? Ayrton dropping down into 16th position, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened to Ayrton, but it looks like he's had damage on that car then. And now we've got Farf, and TK is in the pits then. So TK has had to roll the dice and come the pits, and this is where the advantage starts to dissipate for the soft runners then. And look at this then, it's BP all over the back of Gordo. He needs to get by Gordo. Gordo is locked up then. There's contact. Gordo is fighting. But I think that it's he was definitely fighting the good fight there. Unfortunately, BP just had too much speed at that time, didn't he? Reyes just back on board now. Then from a far Federici coming into the Della Roger chicane. Curtis at the fast lap of the race. Said on those soft tires, Gordo is getting a bit wayward there, isn't he? And now we got Farf on the outside into the first. Lesbo! And wow, good manoeuvre there from Farf. And FIFA's also set the fast lap as well. Gordo's dropping down like a stone. He's really strong on these soft tires. And we're keeping an eye to see what Troy can do. Also on the soft tires as well. Gamer's now been to 6th position. Now the magnificent performance. Gamer is there, and of course there he is in the background there, and we just in a flash of that black Mercedes in the background. We're all watching the red Ferrari, having a look at the white and black Haas car. Going for the Ascari chicane, and Nigel's back in. I was trying to overtake the front end, and Gordo really strong on these tyres at the moment, isn't it? Goodness me. I can remember brilliant racing from BP there. Yes, he's up into 2nd position now, and he's now 2.5 seconds away from Troy. We've got a car boy saying Sauce will start to go off about lap 15. They need to start raining before then. Into the pits there comes Nigel. Wow, it looks a lot of these drivers are pitting a lot before. Now we've got Sam saying come on the Racing Point drivers as well. Currently 3rd and 2nd at the moment. Good stuff indeed then. Back on board with Gordon and going down into the first chicane now. And keeping an eye on those Racing Point drivers, isn't they? Gordo is he is trying to hang it out on the soft tires. Of course he is, because of course he is keeping an eye on the sky. Billet's having a great race now, but it's 10th position. Good stuff indeed there from Billet, and it's good stuff for Wilson as well. Also moving up into 9th position then. Nigel in the pits. He's on the medium tires now, and of course they're going to they're coming out now in the middle of the field then. But yes, these soft tires then are starting to go off, and they need to hang it out, don't they? Troy and Gordo were trying to hang it out, I think, until the rain comes. That is what they're concerned by. And how heavy is the rain going to be is the next question indeed then. And the Gamer is now then the next car on the road then for Gordo to be concerned by. And here he comes, and here he comes. And look at them as he flying past me as well. Gamer then, who's moved up from 16th to 5th position. He's got 11th position so far then. BP has got a penalty. That is crucial in the Grand Prix. It is, isn't it? Because now if he overtakes Troy, he has to gain 3 seconds then at the end of the race. That 3-second penalty will be added on to the end of his race time. Same with Farf as well. Flying it into the Parabolica is Gamer. Gordo is hanging it out there. He's doing both him and Troy doing a magnificent job on those soft tires. They look very second-hand at the moment, don't they? We're on that 14 out of 27 into the pits. There comes Serious Mushroom. That's very early for Serious Mushroom to come in the pits. And is there a problem for the Williams then? We're taking a look now as he got damaged then, as we're just watching the Williams are right at the end of the pit lane here. And it looks like it's and he's coming in the pits and it's FIFA, it's gone. FIFA is out of the race. It's a safety car. And Serious Mushroom could have done that any better. So we have a safety car here. And Serious Mushroom is on the soft tires as he was struggling with those medium tires. I'm surprised that Serious Mushroom's in, but he's come in now and he's gone for that. I'm wondering if any of the soft runners are going to take this advantage. They take this time to come in the pits because Troy's advantage is going to dissipate now as they line up behind the safety car. FIFA out of the race. He's left for session. Ayrton in the pits. Murphy in the pits. Well, he's going on soft tires. All these drivers do not have anything to lose then, and I wonder if Slayer might come in as well, because this is a good opportunity to this is a good opportunity then to put on to get rid of that 5-second penalty. And we've had Freya's just take a look then. We've got cops saying BP Army, then Cardboy is saying looks like Troy is risking it for the wet. His engineer must be saying rain is soon then. Sam saying 3 safety cars must be a record in 14 laps then, as a BP is running underneath the rear wing. Then of course there's no overtaking under the safety car. Dylan saying the burnt Mylander for driver of the day. He is doing a magnificent job out there, isn't he? I think he's led most of the laps so far. Fantastic stuff there from Burnt. And what is Troy going to do? Is he coming in the pits? Is he staying out? Is he? They're all coming in the pits. And now, look, Farf is hanging back there. You can't drop more than 10 car lengths, can you? And that is what Farf is doing, because he's going to really be hurt here. And of course, that's what he's doing. Bradfield is going to take the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. And indeed he is then. So Bradfield and Wilson are both leading the race then. Let's take a look then. What's Troy doing? So Troy is in the pits as Farf is coming in now. He's going to lose a bit of time then. I know this feeling. But how much time is he going to lose? And look, as now he's come out in front of Gordo, has he? He hasn't. No, he hasn't. And Gordo there and Gamer's out in front of Farfet. Nigel then is back up in his 6th position. Troy is back up is in 4th position. BP in 5th position. Nigel 6, Gordo's Gamer 8th. Farf is in 9th position. So he has lost a bit of time. Farf has. So this has kind of neutralised the race slightly, hasn't it, in a way then, because young drivers not to pit then is Bradfield and Wilson then. So everyone else has come into the pits then, and now Slayer's also coming to the pits as well. We are expecting rain. This has been a very dramatic race, hasn't it? A very dramatic race indeed then. And we'll see how it goes then. So at the moment then, Bradfield is leading the Grand Prix. Come on BP, even with a 3-second penalty there for Ackerman. Will Sam say, wait, how did you at me then? I hope rain comes in for Gordo says Will Score is saying no, not him in front of me then. Bradfield leading the race then. So yes, Wilson and Bradfield seem to have I've got to say they seem to have a lot of bad history, don't they? But let's hope then. I think in the Japanese Grand Prix didn't they come together at once there? But hopefully that isn't the case here tonight. But we do love a bit of drama, don't we? So hold on to your hats when Bradfield and Wilson are very close together and very much nip and tuck, aren't they? They're leading the Italian Grand Prix at the moment, and safety car is out. Everyone is coming to the pits, and apart from the front two, TK in 3rd position then. He is back in front of Troy as well on the medium tires. BP is on the softs now, so it's very much a roles reverse then, isn't it? As Gordo saying, went for softs, hoping there be Inters come before the end then. Young Tommy absolutely disappointed. They will drive to the end now. Young Tommy is currently 15th on the grid then. Young Tommy keep it in there. There's rain afoot then, my good man. And there is a lot to play for still. We've had 3 safety cars already. It's been a very action-packed Grand Prix, hasn't it, from start to now? It has been very interesting indeed, isn't it? And look at all the weaving going on in the background now. That is to warm up those tires, isn't it? Nigel is trying to warm up because he's on the medium tires. Medium tires for the top 4 of Bradfield and Wilson, 10 and 8 laps respectively. TK's done 4 laps on his medium tires, 0 laps then for Troy, and 2 laps for Nigel. Everyone else on the soft tires apart from Young Tommy, who's on the medium tires in Williams there. Out of the race head is FIFA Beefy, New Potato Baz and Marsh Maldonado. Welshman, although not Welsh, Welshman and all of that. As they're just now on board there with Bradfield. He is the race leader then, and let's see, he's going to be the de facto safety car in a minute. Hopefully the safety car will be in at the end of this lap, and we can go about racing once again. And what a fantastic race has been. And I always talk about it being the shortest race of the season, but this has been anything but, hasn't it? This has been a fantastic race, hasn't it? And with rain afoot as well, this is anything can happen then before the end of this race then. And Sam is very concerned about Bradfield leading the race then. He is leading at the moment with Wilson second end. Both those drivers have rolled the dice strategy-wise and have done a fantastic job then. Really good stuff indeed. And Troy is also up in the 4th position as well. Gamer is in 8th position. Now keeping on those two as they are challenged for the championship. And of course Gamer would be praying that the rain comes very late into the race then, because he does struggle. Safety car's in the end of the stop then. Ayrton there is just trying to weave his tires, and we're just watching Ayrton before we go back with Bradfield then. Equal saying GG, Bradfield then, and Wilson. Yeah, they're doing a good job, aren't they? And of course, this is a very solid performance as well. Lovely trees here, but we want to see Bradfield. There he is. He emerges behind the trees, and he is the lead in the Italian Grand Prix. He is the de facto safety car. Safety car is coming in at the end of this out. We are going to be racing for 10 more laps at around the Italian Grand Prix. Rain or shine then. Here we go then, as the Bradfield drop the hammer then. Now he has, and we're back racing in Italy then. 10 laps to go then. This could be a very crucial moment in the Italian Grand Prix. He had the perfect start. Well, I say has it, but Wilson's already slipstream as well. Billy has dropped down into 13th position then, as we're coming down in to turn 1. BP is all over the back of Troy at the moment, but he's too far back by the looks of the timing on the screen at the moment as we come through the turn 1 as well, as accelerating the way down. And we've got a Billet there and Slayer there going very much wheel to wheel here, aren't they? Look at this, that is Billet, and it's gone out in front of Slayer. Slayer there we're on board with. Of course, he had a very good qualifying time, a bit of a chance to race along with young Tommy as well, but there is really much defending, isn't he? So look at this, and we're going down into the Della Roger chicane now, and look at this, Billet, oh goodness me, and it's look, then we've also got Dan Murphy also all over the back as well. It's getting very close there as well. Farf is all over the back of Gamer in the battle for 8th and 9th finish at the moment. We're on board then with Farf at the moment, but I think I need to be more concerned about Troy and TK, and we've also got BP in the action as well as we come up into the Ascari chicane. Then DRS will not be enabled there for another 3 laps or so, well, within 2 laps I should say, so no DRS just yet, so you have to do it the old-fashioned way then for the first couple of laps then as well, and then the DRS will be enabled, and that is going to be a major concern for any driver without DRS, aka Bradfield at this moment in time. I didn't want to single him out there, but unfortunately that is the oh my word then, and Wilson has gone very wide there, and now he's very much under the caution, isn't he? Look at this, and Wilson with a TK, yellow flag in 3. What's happening in 3 then? There's something gone wrong in something's gone wrong in sector 3 as we're coming down into turn 1 as well, and breaking down and Wilson leading, and we've got, oh goodness me, what's happened there? As I'm not sure if Troy went to the back of Wilson there, oh TK went to the back of Wilson, did he get a helping hand then? But look at this, and look, there's a TK, oh my goodness me, then going for a curve of ground, there's where we're on board now then. Where are they? There's BP on the soft tires. They're 4 breaths going into Della Roger chicane then. And TK is now, oh my word. Oh, Wilson there almost getting a Vettel there. And now we've got Troy up in the 4th position as well. And Troy there lost, was the big loser. Well, Wilson was the big loser in that one. But then it was Troy who also lost a lot as well. And now Gordo's having a look then as Wilson there, stemmed from the parabolica when he ran wide. And look in the background, Gamer is now trying to slipstream Nigel. He's less than a 10th of a second back then. But Nigel has the high ground as well. Then so we're going up into the we're going up once again then into the Ascari chicane. Nothing doing just yet. Slayer and a Billet there just still fighting, hammer and tongs, and going up to the Ascari chicane. Slayer is now past that and moved up into. What is occurring here? And now we've got Gordo past him. What about Nigel? And, oh my goodness me, Nigel is it's the meat of the sandwich. Oh no, 3 into 1 are going to go surely. And my goodness me, that is fantastic racing. How did they all get through there? And now Farf also slips up the inside as well. DRS has not been enabled then. And here we go then. And of course then at the end of this lap, then DRS will be active for these drivers. And Serious Mushrooms also in there as well. Goodness me, this is an old school drag race, isn't it? As we come down into turn 1, Farf is going to be very much on the and he's through and up into 8th position and Serious Mushroom is 7th position. Serious Mushroom, Farf in 8th and Nigel in 9th, as I feel that I had to kind of clarify what I was saying, because I had no idea. TK's all over the back now with Bradfield going into the Della Roger chicane once again then, but no dice just yet then for the battle for the lead here in the Italian Grand Prix. BP's going to say, well, he has the advantage though, BP does. He's on the soft tires, yellow flag into what's occurring into, and we got Wilson who's gone off there. This is, oh, what a shame for Wilson. He's damaged the car, and of course there, he was on the medium tires there. He did get forced out wide, didn't he? And now BP then is, here he comes, and I've just seen in the comments, and yes, he is coming now, isn't he? Lap 19 out of 27. I wonder if the rain is going to get here in time then for us to use the intermediate tires then. Well, whatever the case may be then, it's and look at this as well, getting very unstable. Absolutely great stuff indeed then. And back on board as well, and TK is so Bradfield's doing an absolutely magnificent job there at leading this Grand Prix, isn't he? Absolutely fantastic stuff. Unfortunately for him now, though, the DRS is coming, but I must applaud him for not, for basically keeping the lead there. Absolutely fantastic there. As the drivers behind have got less than double the tyre life of himself, but now TK has got the DRS there. He has got the position there. He's up into the lead of the Grand Prix, and good stuff indeed then. And now BP then locking up there and almost going to the back of Bradfield. Remember, Bradfield does not have the same life of tyre as BP, and BP also has younger tyres as well. Bradfield starting to defend there as he's trying to defend heavily, but BP is now going through Curva Grande. He's going on the inside, he's going on the outside, he's back on the outside now, and he is now into the second chicane. He is through, and Troy is just steaming up. I thought he was going to steam up into him there again, and I'm getting very nervous for these drivers here tonight. Magnificent stuff indeed then. And now on board then with Gordo as in fifth position then, as we're going through the second Lesmo as well. And Gordo, this is incredible stuff, isn't it? Gotta say, oh, look at these drivers, and there is a big old DRS change, just as Sam predicted. Oh, magnificent stuff indeed. I love a good old DRS change. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And look at this, and Zach McLaren's having a look on the inside of BP of Bradfield then, back on board with Troy then with a beautiful new helmet designed tonight then, and I've got to say it is doing him very good, isn't it there? Of course, he's at the moment extendedly in the World Championship, which is definitely what he would love to be seeing and hearing. He is on the inside, he's past Bradfield and up into fourth position there. Gordo trying to sneak up the inside here, lovely shot, yellow flag, we got a safety car, that's a safety car then, and another one as as Wilson's gone off there in a heavyweight, and Gordo's in the, it's rain then, and speed in the pits for Bear then, both the Haas cars are in the pits then, and it's a rain afoot then, and now then it's into the pits. He's going on the intermediate tires very early on. Gordo is there. Let's see how this one does. And the Haas mechanics are trying to get back in position there into the pits there, because the Williams mechanics as well there. So all these drivers then, they've got nothing to lose, do they? But I think Gordo's got a lot to lose, I would say then. But let's see how heavy this rain is then at the moment there. Another safety car. Is this? I think this is the third safety car in this race, isn't it? My goodness me! We've lost 5 drivers in the Grand Prix, an action-packed Italian Grand Prix. This is one that's going to live long in the memory, I would say. Magnificent stuff indeed. Let me go to the comments, shall we? We've got Carboy Atin Sam then. We've also got Ackerman saying, come on, push BP there from Hereabout then, from Cars, I should say. Wilson saying, some of the worst driving I've ever seen then. Wilson saying, Sam saying, Wilson has no luck there. Blatant racer, Nigel tapped Wilson. Wilson there looked dodged then. I was tapped about 10 times as people were desperate to try and push past there. Rain, please get heavier there from Gordo. Hashtag burn my lander driver today then. I would have had to pit anyways, as I had to use 2 soft tires then, and that's a very good point there from Gordon then, and of course that's why you guys, I need you guys in the comment section, because I completely forgot about that. But there's a lovely shot then, looking down then from TKs. He was going in the pits then, and he was bluffing then. Bradfield is coming in the pits then, he's been on those medium tyres for quite a long time. Bradfield has said Wilson out of the race, and he's what a shame there for Wilson. He was in the race along with Bradfield into the pits. Is Curly as well, so both McLaren's coming in the pits then, and now in exchange also those intermediate tyres. Is anyone else? Ayrton's in the pits as well then. These could be a free pit stop here then. Look at this, Curly's going to have to wait for his McLaren mechanics to get back in position then. He's back on the soft tyres, Curly is then, so this new set of soft tyres that go to the end of the race, and Ayrton's on the intermediate tyres as well. Oh my word then, I think it's too early for the intermediate tyres then, but of course then if this rain gets heavier, these drives then could be on a very shrewd manoeuvre there. Remember back in the Brazilian Grand Prix, I think it was in bronze last year, Cummings threw on the intermediate tyres there and went on to win the race in a fantastic effort there. Are we going to have something similar here tonight then? BP doesn't want that, he needs to get a 3-second advantage there, doesn't he? But these safety cars has really broken up the Grand Prix at the moment. Carboy saying it just might be the right idea by the time the safety car, and it could be wet enough. And it is a gamble, but it's definitely, but that could be the right gamble indeed. Can it? Gordo could be on the, could be very much striking it hot here tonight. Then we have also got Curly, who's on the soft tyres, who came in the pits earlier on. Then Billet there is coming back out. Then is at the pit for a second time, but it looks at that from Billet, and I wonder if he was just putting on another set of fresh intermediate tyres there just to have some extra life towards the end, then, which could be a very fascinating end to this Italian Grand Prix. At the moment, it's just light rain at the moment. Remember, we had this intensity of rain throughout the race in season 1. It just didn't get heavier, it didn't get lighter either. Half the grid was on the intermediate tyres, half of the grid was on the dry tyres. It was a fantastic race to watch, wasn't it, from a strategy point of view, and it was a very good performance there from both the Haas drivers. One of them was Alhan, of course, wasn't it? Forgive me, I think the other one, wasn't it? I think the other driver was YBR, I believe, and of course I had to really as Troy is in the pits, and so Troy is also taking a gamble as well. He is the championship leader, but whatever he does, he's damned if he does, damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, really. If you get the cut of my jib, into the pits, there comes Troy, and he's also thrown on the intermediate tyres as well. Then, and Farf and Slayer are also in the pits as well. Well, yeah, so Troy is on the intermediate tyres. Curly is sticking on to the soft tyres at the moment. Farf out of the pits, and Jake the Slayer is as well. This is going to be a fantastic, fascinating end, isn't it, to the Grand Prix. Safety car still out, and I think the safety car being in this island, it needs to have a deluge, I think, because it is still not wet enough, I don't think, for the intermediate tyres, is it? But the rain is coming down. The slower the cars go, the wetter the track's going to be. Then the best way to drive a Formula 1 track is to have the cars racing around at full speed. Bert Mylander is not. Bert Mylander is probably at full speed. He's probably driving the hinges off of that safety car. But of course, for a Formula 1 car, it is not. It's very pedestrian-like, isn't it? Let's give you a roundup of the race so far then. So we're on lap 23, safety car is out for the third time in this Grand Prix. TK is leading the race then on the medium tyres then. We got soft tyres then for BP, Gamer and Serious Mushroom, second, third and fourth then. Nigel in fifth position, who's on the medium tyres. Sixth position is Murphy then, who's having a very quiet but spectacular race then in the Red Bull on the soft tyres. Everyone behind him is now on the intermediate tyres then. Gordo is in seventh position there. He is the first of the intermediate runners then, with Bradfield is eighth on the intermediate. Same with Ayrton on the intermediate tyres as well. Curly is on the soft tyres, and so Curly is going to be very smiling from ear to ear at the moment then. The rain is getting heavier, but it's not heavy enough for the intermediate tyres, I don't think. Tommy in 11th position. Troy, the championship leader, in 12th, and Far 13th, Slayer 14th, Billet in 15th. Those are the that is the race order there. Gordo's asking for the safety car to stay out as long as he wants that, and the safety car is staying out on this lap then. I'm quite surprised by that, because I thought it'd be in, and then all the dry runners would have been liking that, but the safety car is staying out, and this is surely advantage the intermediate tyre runners now in. I wonder if this is going to change anyone's minds. BP was thinking about it. Look at the rain coming off of that rear wing now then. That is a lot of rain, isn't it? But it's still not enough. It needs to get heavier, doesn't it? And I'm surprised the safety car is out for one more lap then, because the wreckage has been cleared from Wilson's car. It's going to be a sprint finish here in the Italian Grand Prix, and I have no earthly idea what it's going to be. And Carboy reckons it's going to be the intermediate tyres. So if that is the case, Gordo is going to be leading the Grand Prix, with Bradfield second and Ayrton in third position. Oh my goodness me. Lap 24 out of 27 in this race. And look at this then. So yes, safety car is out for this extra lap, which I am absolutely surprised by, to be honest. But Bert Mylander knows what he's doing. I certainly don't then. So yes, but I think that this is very much on the cusp now, isn't it? Because the rain seems to get heavy. Look at the rain on the monocoque of the of TK's car here. The rain is now starting to stream now. This is going to be this is going to be a fantastic end to the Grand Prix. I've loved this race. It's been absolutely magnificent. What a way to start your week, isn't it, here? My week officially don't start till tomorrow, but I got to say, I'm going in good stead then for tomorrow, so absolutely great stuff. Unfortunately, that will probably change then as soon as I set my, I wake up at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Right then, lap 24 out of 27 then. So then the drivers on front end are trying to warm up those tyres desperately. The intermediate tyre runners are probably going to try and cool the tyres as much as possible. Let's see then. The safety car should be in this lap then, and we'll be going back at green for 3 more laps. There it is, safety car is in then. I think that it is on the crossover, isn't it? There is DRS in there at the moment. The track, there's no puddles yet then, but the track does look a bit damp, doesn't it? Very interesting. It won't happen, but I love it for another lap then. Gordo wants it, so Gordo feels that the intermediate tyres is not the right way to go. Oh goodness me, Curly is on the soft tyres, isn't he? So McLaren has split their strategy, haven't they? Which is a very good thing to do, isn't it? But we'll find out if that's right or not. deep breath, everyone. 15 cars, 3 laps, and it's a sprint race to the finish now. Over half the field is on the intermediate tyres. We got 7 drivers on the dry, slick tyres, and we're back racing here in Monza. It's going to be part of this. What's BP? BP is off the circuit. What's up with the BP? Is it the conditions there? He is struggling. And BP is dropped right to the back of the field, and TK leads. Second position is Gamer. Third position is Serious Russian. Nigel in fourth position. Murphy's alongside Magoro's having a look going down turn 1 then. I think it is intermediate tyres now. They've all skated off, and Goro's got to be careful here. He's got to be careful, because look, it is the intermediate tyres. Goro is up in the fourth position. Red Bull is off. Murphy is off, and that's also... Oh, Curly's gone as well. Oh, my goodness me. And the soft tyres are not there. It's the dry tyres another way to go. Goro is up in the second position now then. And Gamer is dropping down the third position. He needs to keep it tight, doesn't he? And look at this. Serious Mushroom dropping down the order. Bradfield just needs to keep it calm, needs to keep it. And same with Ayrton as well. Ayrton's now also in the fourth position. And Troy's on the outside of Nigel. He's going on the outside of Ayrton as well. And there's Serious Mushroom there. Oh, Serious Mushroom then. And look, Ayrton's on the inside. And who's off? Serious Mushroom is off the circuit there. Serious Mushroom's well off the circuit there. And I'm not sure of now. Just said of Williams going off it. Ayrton then is now down up in the fifth position. That Gamer is starting to drop back, but he's quick down that straight, isn't he? Goro leads the Grand Prix. Ayrton then on board of Ayrton. He's skating on the outside. Remember, Ayrton. Oh, Ayrton almost got his contact with the Gamer there. And Slayer there is ignoring yellow flags for Tommy. And Detroit is now past Nigel as well. And we got young Tommy and Slayer also battling away as well then. And I think that who's off? Troy TK is off then, and TK is off then, and Ayrton is up in his second position there, and Bradfield there. Oh my goodness me, and it's absolute chaos, and it's on the final lap of the Grand Prix, and Slayer, oh my goodness me, Bradfield, Slayer. We got Gamer also staying now as well then, and oh goodness me then, and I'm closing my eyes as we come down into turn 1 as well, and now Slayer up in the 4th position, young Tommy 5th. Oh my goodness me, look all the penalties as well. Bradfield in 6th position, Troy is in 7th position. BP is out of the Grand Prix. He is going to be furious, isn't he? Gamer is struggling, and Bennett has just hit Gamer off the circuit. Oh my goodness me, Gamer. Oh, what a shame, man. Gamer is going to be limping around with 1 lap to go then. And look at Gordo is leading by 5 seconds now. He is judged just to perfection now, with Slayer in 2nd position. Ayrton is on course for his best race in his silver career, with Slayer in 4th position, Tommy in 5th, Bradfield 6th, Troy is on the inside of Bradfield. I think Bradfield's limping. He is limping. Farfare is also having a look on the inside side, but no, it's Bradfield is off the circuit in the McLaren, and Billa is up in his 6th position then. This is absolutely incredible stuff, and Billa is still though on course to major points then, as the dry tyres are just tippy-toeing around there, and Gordo is leading the race then, but I think it's between young Tommy and who's going to get on the podium as well. It's a young Tommy and a Slayer as well. And look at this, and Gordo is exiting the final corner of this incredible Italian Grand Prix. And Gordo out of the final corner. And Gordo's going to win his first race of his career. Gordo wins the... No, we've got one more lap. I don't even know what's going on. Gordo is the first there. Ayrton is 2nd, 3rd is Slayer. We got young Tommy in 4th position. Troy in 5th. I thought he was on the final lap. Farf in 6th position. Now 7th position is a Bradford is 8th. Gamer is limping around. Same with Murphy as well. Nigel is all over the back now. And we got one more lap then for the top. Oh, look at this. Murphy's dropped out of the top 10 now. And Nigel's up in the 9th position. He's got 11-second gap then. He is on the right tyres now. So that gap is going to disappear quite quickly, isn't it? TK, we're not sure what happened with TK and Serious Mushroom now, who's also at the sharp end of the field. Then his Carboy said one more lap. Yes, it is one more lap, isn't it? And a magnificent race as well. Oh gosh, there. And I'm absolutely on the edge of my seat then. Gordo is only a couple of corners away now from claiming his first victory. He should have got one in the Canadian Grand Prix. And he's been very close, hasn't he, before in the past then. And look at this, and his young Tommy has gone wide then. And Troy has picked up another position. That's an extra 3 points there on his card. Good stuff indeed then. Now we got Farfen, who is also Gordo's got a 3-second penalty. And is that going to be a problem then? I think that's the only penalty he's got, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. It is his only penalty, otherwise Ayrton would be rubbing his hands there, won't he? Gordo is coming into the final turn then. This time it's the last lap. Out of the final turn now. And Gordo is going to win his first Grand Prix of his ALR career. Gordo wins the Italian Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic race in there. Oh, amazing stuff indeed. Ayrton in second. Best performance for Ayrton. Slayer on the podium as well. Troy in full, far fifth. Young Tommy sixth. Billet is actually sixth. Billet there. Another good performance there. Bradfield seventh. Young Tommy eighth. Gamer is in at ninth position. And can he keep in front of Nigel then? Gamer then is unfortunately Gamer there was kind of helped off, wasn't he? As him and Billet came to blows at Curva Grande. Nigel is Gallop. He's got 2 positions more then. And Gamer is in ninth position there. Nigel in 10th position. What an incredible end to that race there. That was absolutely wild, wasn't it? It is absolutely fantastic stuff. The Gordo wins the Grand Prix in his first Grand Prix win of his career. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there for Gordo. What an end to the race then. An absolutely action-packed Italian Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff indeed then. Amazing stuff. As Gordo has a 10-second penalty I've been hearing. And oh goodness. Ayrton's got some claps then as well, and oh my goodness me, absolutely incredible stuff, isn't it? So I'll just confirm that. But Gordo is on the top side of the podium now. But Gordo does have a penalty. Billet says if he didn't get a 5-second penalty, he would have got a 1-2 then. But Billet having a great performance there. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. I got to say, I'm in a position where I'm not really sure who won the Grand Prix. I know Ayrton's got driver of the day, that's for certain now. Gordo then won the Grand Prix in terms of the classification, but I'm not sure if Ayrton's won or not. We'll talk about that in a minute. Second position was Ayrton, but driver of the day nonetheless had his best performance in silver. Jake the Slayer in third position. He hung on with a damaged front wing. Fantastic. Troy in fourth position there. Fifth was Farf. Billet in sixth position, his best race since Monaco, fantastic. Bradfield in seventh, what could have been. Tommy in eighth position, good stuff not to give up. Gamer there was in ninth position, him and Billet came to blows in Curva Grande. And in 10th position there was Nigel. TK on 11th position, 12th was Murphy, 13th was Serious Mushroom, but he's not happy at all. BP in 14th, BP retired from the race along with Curly, Wilson, FIFA Beefy, New Potato, Baz and Welsh Marnado all retired from this epic Italian Grand Prix. I've been joined the gantry now by Ayrton. Ayrton, have you won the race?
I think I might have. I feel sick.
Oh my goodness me!
I have no idea what just happened.
I've just Gordo said that he's got a 10-second penalty for the for the infringement on his tyres at the beginning there, where he selected wrong tyres. So I think that you've won the Grand Prix. I don't know if that's official, Rob. Oh my!
I don't know what happened, honestly.
Oh,
I think what might have happened is I upped the front wing, and I don't think anyone else did.
So a shrewd move was it? Let's know. Well, let's talk about your race first. Of course, you didn't have a very good qualifying down 18th position, but qualifying doesn't seem to matter, does it? If you have races like that. But talk us about your race to begin with.
Well, first of all, I absolutely hate this track. It's one of my worst, but I don't think I can say that anymore. So, yeah, I had a terrible qualifying. I'm not very quick around here. And, yeah, I just thought after the first 2 safety cars, I would be in good stint on the mediums, because it's only going to extend them until the rain would eventually come. But then under battling, and there's less and less grip. And the train was into turn 1, so fortunately I think I went into the back of Curly Red, got wing damage, so I had to box, and then unfortunately I should have put on the softs, but I put on the hards, and lucky there was another safety car which I put on the softs, and then yeah, I mean I think some people decided trying to not go on the inters, which seemed until we started racing again like the good option, because it was until we went again that the inters kicked in really. And then all of a sudden I think I was in 9th or 8th, and then all of a sudden I just had loads of pace. Everyone else was struggling for grip, and I just I just went away with it. Gordo was far out ahead, so even though he might not have got the win, he deserves credit because that was an incredible race from him. But yeah.
He was one of the leading drivers to come in the pits for intermediate tyres, the only driver to come in for the intermediate tyres. But when the safety car came out, did you just and the rain was starting to spit when the safety car came out? Was just your you was never thinking about hanging out on the dry tyres then? You was going coming to for the inters.
Well, I sort of like was a sheep, followed everyone just because I thought it was going to rain. But then the safety car kept on going. All of a sudden, there's 3 laps left. Curly was behind me on the soft, so I thought he'd done like a master plan. He's going to overtake everyone on the inters and get good points. But thankfully the inters worked out in the end. Like I just don't really know what just happened, to be honest. I've been like struggling for points all season to get a win. It's crazy.
It's like a bus. It just keeps. It's like a bus there. All of a sudden, it all just comes at once, doesn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed today. And draw of the day as well. Then for I think it's for your third time this season, so you must be doing something right. Well done, Ayrton. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed, and absolutely perfect performance there. Let's come to Slayer, who finished second, I think, in the end. Then with the penalty count back. Slayer, that's this is your first podium of your career in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed. There, you've only been with the Mercedes for about 5 races then, and you've really made your mark in silver.
Yeah, it was that was just an absolutely crazy race. I'm gutted now that Ayrton got first because I was quicker in catching him because I had the freshest inters out of the field, I think. And as I approached him, I think the guys were struggling on softs in front, so he broke earlier, and I didn't realise the guy in front of him was on softs. So I ended up then tapping Ayrton in the back because he broke early, the guy in softs, and I got orange wing damage. So to cling on to P3 was or P2 now was quite tricky, like.
Oh, it was it looked very tricky out there as well. How difficult is it to come through the traffic when there's half the field on dry tyres and half the field on intermediate tyres? How difficult is it to judge?
I felt like I was in the Matrix, to be honest. Like, there was so much stuff going on, and so many like collisions and battles, and people struggling on the different tyres and getting used to the inters. That like there was something in front of me, I could try to avoid it, and then at turn 1. People couldn't make the corner, people like were going side by side and nearly going off into the bath while I was just there, just like, do not get damage. And I think on the last safety car, because none of the strategies worked out beforehand, because they just kept coming, and I decided not to pit for inters straight away because I knew they would degrade a lot on a dry track. So I waited for the last possible lap, pitted, and then somehow managed to avoid the carnage from like P14 with like 4 laps to go to now getting P2 out of nowhere.
Absolutely mega stuff, and a shrewd move as well, but in terms of the strategy call, brilliant stuff indeed, Slayer, and a great performance as well. Fantastic stuff, and we're going to end it there for silver tonight. I got to say, that was a cracking race, wasn't it? I got to say, bronze drivers, you've got a lot to live up to tomorrow. Tomorrow night as well, it'll be bronze at 7:30 UK. Tom, you'll have 2 Grand Prix winners now talking to you. That is fantastic experience, isn't it? Really well done indeed then to Ayrton for his first Grand Prix win tonight. Well done to Slayer for getting second. I'm not sure where Gordo finished in the end, but he also had a very good race. What a shame about that technicality at the beginning of the race, and such a shame then. We'll be back for more ALR action tomorrow night in the Italian Grand Prix for bronze. We've had 9 different podium sitters in the first 3 races, and we're going to have 12 tomorrow. See you. Goodbye.